Hey, you guys. All right, let me see how to take this thing off my stuff. I'm gonna end it. Okay. I'm gonna be getting started into a collective. I was hearing that song. I told that I want the world, the sun, and the moon. What's the procedure when a bad walk in the room? And I was called originally to put on some like chilled R&B. So we're gonna see what's up with that. Perfect Imperfections, Matt King, Flower Child. All right. The color red is different. I'm not saying that because the lip gloss, but it can inspire, but also because got on red. I'm not sure which chakra day it is, but today is the 18th, is a Tuesday of November 2025. All right. Let's see. What messages do I have for you guys? I think I'm going to use tarot first. I may use this deck. Or, okay, possibly all of the above. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Something like a tower moment could have happened within you guys' life. It could have been grand or possibly not as grand. Okay. Okay, I may use these. And you guys are doing the work. Extremely strong individuals I'm talking to. You got this. Keep going. Something about self-awareness could even be significant for you guys. I may just sit these to the side. All right, let's see. $10 questions, $50 readings. If you guys cannot afford my prices, donations are accepted, which is anything that you're able to afford. All right, cleansing the energy within and around me. You could be a Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo, or something about this energy could be very significant, as well as some type of grief, sadness, still hurt from a situation that happened in the past. But I am feeling this very new beginning energy. Told y'all a tower moment. Maybe something you said, maybe communication, thoughts, intellect, maybe something shaken up within those areas of your life. Alright, what is the message here for the collective? Be mindful that past, present, and future energy can come out. Alright, so just apply it to how it fits for you. This is a timeless read. It can also resonate further in the future, a year from now, 6 months from now, a week from now. Okay, so just take what resonates. First card, we got the King of Cups. You could be a mentor, and this could have been very unexpected for you. Or a person who gives good advice, who's trustworthy, could be very significant. Somebody who's emotionally balanced, emotionally mature. Maybe this is your energy, or somebody in this energy you're going towards, or they're coming towards you. Okay, I'm seeing a new beginning. I'm seeing you embark on a journey that you may not have ever embarked on before. Okay, you're being encouraged to take a leap of faith if you aren't already. A lot of times it's encouraging you to be in these energies, or it's notifying you that you are in these energies, or this can just be other people outside of you. I feel like you guys dealt with a lot of defeat, especially mental. defeat. You've dealt with a lot of manipulation and people trying to win at all costs with you. When it comes to something new coming in, I'm feeling like you're shifting your perspective or encouraged to. You could be a Scorpio, Cancer, and or Pisces, or have these placements, or this energy could just be significant. Aquarius, Gemini energy. Three of Wands, moving forward, anticipation. Okay, forward movement, action, making choices and going after them. Having a vision and setting out for it. I'm seeing travel most definitely is significant. Ships could be significant. Bodies of water. Hills or mountains. Yeah, you're planting seeds. And a lot of you guys, you've been planting seeds for several years now. I'm seeing you guys achieve some type of success or victory. Being on this high horse. Being in the public eye and being recognized and praised. There may be some things that you don't see, whether it's because your intuition is blocked, or a lot of things are happening subconsciously, or maybe it's just you navigating down a path that's unfamiliar or that may be filled with illusions. So you're being encouraged to use your intuition as you navigate this very new beginning and this you embarking on this brand new journey. Yeah. The next is solid foundations is what you're going to be creating. I feel like the inspiration came in, the spark came in. You took some type of action on something. You made a choice within something. And I feel like right now, where you're at right now is anticipating the future or working your way towards something. I'm seeing anticipation and moving forward. Travel. A King of Cups can be very significant, whether it's a water sign or a very emotional person, a deep feeling individual, or somebody who's emotionally mature or intelligent. Verizon could be significant. It's a Verizon add-on. Maybe things is tying to phones. Welcome in, welcome in. If you guys could double tap the screen for me, that would be great. If you don't follow me already, make sure you do, because you may never see my face again. This video will be uploaded to my YouTube in case you can't stay for long. If you're wanting to get your own personal message, which I do recommend, not every message will be for you in collectives. I have $10 questions and $50 readings. In-depth, accurate, filled with integrity, intuition, and love. I also have reviews. However, if you can't afford my prices, donation-based is accepted, which is anything that you're able to afford. I have many other platforms and payment options. Everything is in my link in my bio. I have a backup account if you would like to follow that as well, which is also in the link in my bio. Right now, once again, for those of you who are joining in, this is a collective. I'm not currently doing any free questions, so I ask that you can please keep the chat clear for free questions. I feel like some type of clarity is coming or has already came. This was something that you've been already carrying with you. Maybe it's just about you realizing it. A lot of us are in different areas and timelines in our lives. So some of you guys, you've already received the clarity. Some of you guys, you're already embarking on this new beginning. Others of you, this is to come. Okay? You could be a person who gives great advice. You could be somebody who's balanced within your emotions. Or this is just, you could be this emotional, deep feeling individual. I am seeing that heartbreak and grief still surfaces your energy. Some of you guys may be in your head. And I feel like this is self-imposed. Okay, so please try to get yourself out of your head as much as you can. Give yourself enlightenment about what you experience. Help yourself see the positive in things, just anything to help yourself as you're navigating this journey, right? Because some of you guys are in apathy, which can interfere with your forward movement. All right, that being in this energy can also hinder you from coming into certain opportunities. Okay, however, I'm seeing that you could be getting out of this energy of apathy if you're not already. Some of you guys could be coming into career changes, just new big things, okay? Yeah, for sure, Gemini, water, fire energy. Earlier, I've seen some Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo. You could have these signs in your chart, or people that's going to be affiliated with your life could be these signs. Yeah, you're building. I feel like some of you guys, there's been slow growth when it comes to your finances. You could feel like you're struggling financially or tying to the 3D plane, but everything has been working out in your favor. And maybe you are also understanding that in order to receive something, sometimes you just got to go out and act on things. If you're wanting to gain income, then maybe doing things to help gain income instead of wishing upon a star, which wishing upon a star can help. It can go a long way, but sometimes it takes you actually putting in action, being disciplined, and, trusting and having faith. This may be a long journey, but put down any burdens, put down any responsibilities and energy that is not yours, because I feel like that's causing you to feel more drained. All right, so if there's something that you're being encouraged to release or let go of, whether it's the past, whether it's negative thoughts, self-limiting beliefs, you're being encouraged to release those things, okay? Some of you guys can already be in this space and time of ego deaths and, death and rebirths, all right, transformation. This is Scorpio energy. Okay, but I do feel like luck is on your side and the wheel is turning in your favor. You could be seeing the angel number 10, angel number 100 could be significant, angel number 0, and angel number 13. 13 together is the number 4, which can tie to stability. 3 minus 1 is 2, which can tie to balance and duality. Okay, a lot of you guys could possibly be coming into more aligned and healthier relationships. 222. But I'm seeing this energy of renewal. Life is changing for you. Things are getting better. You may end up experiencing another, like death and rebirth in the near future. Or maybe you've already established this or experienced this. But we're always growing and evolving. And this is nothing for you to be on high alert about. Whatever is meant to happen in your life, it will. Okay, but I do feel like you're moving forward regardless of the stress and the burdens. Maybe you're learning how to lighten the load for yourself. If this is past energy, originally I was seeing you guys embarking on a new journey, and in the present moment, releasing and letting go of things, or at least encouraged to, you're experiencing some type of transformation. In the future, I'm seeing that the wheel is going to be turning out in your favor. Maybe this is something that you don't know can happen for you, or it's based on probability or chance, but I'm seeing that you are getting the good side of karma in the near future. All right, I understand there's been some burdens and everything, but I'm seeing that you're still moving forward and you're planting certain seeds. Just because you don't see progress doesn't mean that you're not making any just because you don't see the results does not mean you're not making any progress. Do not give up. A lot of you guys, you may be experiencing financial hardships, but it is only temporary. I feel like you guys are planting seeds and helping yourself get out of poverty. Okay, you could be somebody who's reliable, trustworthy. I was going to say a decent human being, but you're actually more than that. An amazing individual, especially with emotional intelligence and being very trustworthy. And I feel like this energy is also going to come to you. See how you show up in life, who you are, that's how you are successful. It doesn't matter about the finances and everything else. That's why regardless, however your money is looking, it does not define your worth or your success. Your energy does. Who you are. You bring a lot to the table. You are the table. And you deserve energies like this in your circle. Okay, so whatever you know that needs to be let go of, whatever you're clinging to, holding on to, it's time to expand. I'm literally seeing travel for you guys. Like, literally. Some of you guys could be dealing with a lot of stress, for sure. Be encouraged to prioritize, to balance out your priorities. What is more important? And whatever it is, make sure you put that at the top of your list. Don't be working extra hard, especially when you're already drained and a bit, on guard and defensive maybe. Well, I'm really seeing like this energy of paranoid, waiting for the other shoe to drop, still waiting for something to happen. But you gotta not have those type of thinkings or thoughts. Okay. Once again, you could be an earth or a water sign, but you can have any of these placements anywhere in your chart. It doesn't have to just be your sun sign. I'm also seeing Gemini, Scorpio, fixed sign energy, which is Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. All right, your sister sign could even be significant. I am seeing a bit of fire energy out here as well, which is Aries, Leo, and or Sagittarius. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing you working and building and collaborating with others. However, you could be excessively in your head and going through tough times at the moment. But have faith, trust, and continue to let go of things to help release the burdens off of you. This has been a long journey, but I feel like the end will be worth it. It will. So remember, don't be complacent during good times and know that bad times doesn't last forever. Okay? Sometimes it's just phases to things, levels, stages, okay? Cycles. And I feel like that's just one of these things. So make sure you're helping yourself get out of these very intense energies, because a lot of you guys could be, your sleep schedule could be very different. Maybe you're staying up late at night because there's a lot going on. Crying yourself to sleep could be significant. Just really stressed mentally and like your energy is very drained and you're just feeling burdened. But I feel like a lot of you guys, you don't have to carry on these burdens. Let them go. Sometimes you carry on more than what you can handle at the moment. Some things are just not your responsibility, and whatever that may be, you're being encouraged to let them go. You can't continue to try to hold on to them, because if you do, this is going to constantly cause some type of, it's like trying to heal in the midst of the fire. You can't heal in the midst of the fire. Okay? There could have been some type of heartbreak and grief and sorrow within love, emotions, relationships, but I am seeing some type of renewal simply because you're doing the healing work and you're pouring back into yourself. And this possibly has a lot to do with spirituality, your intuition, and going after your passions and dreams. Yeah. The choices that you're making are leading you to big opportunities and changes. And I feel like you know this. And I feel like this is also going to, you're also going to be coming into a divinely aligned connection. And this can even be within yourself, or this can be with you and another individual. And it doesn't all the time have to be romance, but this most definitely is talking about your romantic life. Okay, when it comes to romance, I'm seeing that something is going to be illuminated, or it already has. Maybe there was a relationship. Okay, maybe things are a bit dark as you're navigating this path of self and romance, but you will soon, the truth or realizations will soon be met. At this time, you could be experiencing separation, breakups, or you're operating in this energy. I feel like this is allowing you to heal, to rest, or you're encouraged to rest. And of course, do some healing if you're not already. But there is some type of offer. Like somebody is going to be operating from their heart space and they're going to be going towards something. Maybe this could be you operating from a space of passions and fulfilling your dreams, and you come into this, you know, your sense of self, and you build on solid foundation within your life. I'm seeing your manifestations come to life. I'm seeing you focused on your career or finances. I'm seeing a wealthy individual. So you can either be building on solid foundation in love, career, or finance, and just your life overall. But some of you guys are preoccupied with financial matters, but don't worry. With the energy and effort and everything that you're putting into this, trusting in your intuition and everything, you are literally in alignment with the life that you've always or possibly never dreamt of, right? Stand your ground, okay? Stand your ground when it comes to justice, all right? Please make sure you get out of your head and get out of this salty or low vibrational heart space, okay? Try to work on these things. Maybe you're already working on something. Maybe you're building something for yourself. This could be entrepreneurship. This could be working with others. This could be working on yourself, working on your hobbies, okay? Doing one thing at a time, or going from one thing, pause, next thing, pause, one, like doing things not simultaneously, but back and forth, or maybe just back and forth energy could be significant, especially when it came to ego clashes and personality issues and arguments. Like there could have just been some back and forthness going, but I feel like judgment has been called on a situation, an awakening has been had, or a decision has been made, because I feel like somebody is realizing that shadow work is necessary, or that they are surrounded or in the energy of toxicity, addictions, obsessions, and everything else. I feel like you guys are just learning, evolving, and maybe even learning yourself, other people, okay? But you're going from Page of Swords to Queen of Swords. The Page of Swords always comes off as this, like think of the pages as childlike energy, whether it's actual children, young teens, or the energy of messengers, or just immature energy, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be age. And specifically when it comes to communication, thoughts, and intellect, maybe you could have been dealing with an individual in this energy and you were the total opposite. You're a person that's very astute. You make balanced judgments. You went through a lot of trials and tribulations. Therefore, that's how you're able to communicate how you do, or be as intellectual as you are, or have this powerful discernment or wisdom about you. Okay, but I feel like you're upgrading, you're growing, you're evolving, you're mastering things, and you're embarking on a brand new journey. You could be physically starting something new. I'm seeing a fresh start and wish fulfillment. So this is actually great things that are entering your life at the moment. It could be a new job, it could be a promotion, and I feel like this is going to help you also be in your power. So this could be like independence, gaining more confidence, or being in your power, right? Especially after a period of apathy and everything else. So something is coming into your life that the divine has promised you, all right? Just make sure you're trusting your intuition as you navigate this path, and let go of anything that you're clinging to. The Empress doesn't cling to anything. She is the creator. So create. Take care of yourself, nurture yourself, heal yourself, and that's how you will see results even quicker, okay? I am seeing that you and a divine masculine, I'm seeing a divine feminine and a divine masculine, someone's coming in, or maybe you guys are just gonna pop up in each other's energy some way, somehow. But I'm seeing fast or quick communication, travel, or something of the sort, some type of action, work, or energy going on with this. It could be some type of new beginning. Maybe this is a new person. Maybe this is a renewal of something, okay? Yeah, because you are releasing things, or at least you're encouraged to release and walk away from things that don't serve you. I feel like with this energy coming out, you're already in this energy, but just apply how it fits. A lot of you guys could have become emotionally withdrawn or detached, so you're just really walking away from things that just does not serve you on the level that you know you give out. I feel like you're just pouring back into yourself, and you're operating from a space of self-love and care. And I feel like this is really beautiful because you're literally in alignment with this divine soulmate union. This could be coming into harmony and balance within self and within some type of romantic or whatever type of situation. Okay, I feel like you are overcoming difficulties, insecurities, and you're taming your passions, which could be you're possibly keeping things under control and everything like that, especially when it comes to people purposely trying to hinder you. All right, I feel like you're just in this energy of not necessarily surrendering, but that could be significant for some of you guys, but the energy of just moving forward, you know, moving into calmer waters. Like all of this rah arguments, deceit, people playing in your face, or people trying to get one up on you, I don't feel like you're into all of that. And I feel like you're just, I still feel like you're winning regardless of the issues, the obstacles, the problems. I feel like you're winning regardless. And people, if you're in the public eye, some of you guys, this is going to come out the blue. Like this could be overnight success. This could be something that you don't expect. All right, especially after a period of chaos, destruction, turmoil, upheaval. Okay, I feel like these tower moments have passed. Be mindful and know that we give ourselves karma. So if you're ever like, and by all means, like I said, this could be a good tower moment. It doesn't all the time have to be, oh my gosh, da da da. But even if it's a more shadow side of the tower energy, you don't have to be scared. A lot of times towers happen when things need to be broken down and rebuilt, because sometimes we try to build on faulty foundation instead of solid foundation. So if something is not being built on a solid foundation, it has to be basically dismantled, teared down, and everything. Okay, right? So this could have been something that you've already experienced, and once again, it doesn't have to be chaos and destruction. It could actually be a positive type of upheaval and change. But I feel like after a period of whatever and whichever, I'm seeing balance. Okay, Sagittarius energy, tranquility. Okay, healing energy, pouring back into yourself, filling your own cup before you try to do any and everything with anybody else. Okay, I feel like you're balancing out the heart and the mind, or at least you're healing, and you're just possibly operating from intuition and logic. You're extremely intelligent, and I feel like you're going to connect with people who are also the same. I'm seeing you celebrate with people. Maybe this is going to be some type of reunion. Maybe the holidays could be significant. Events like graduations, baby showers, stuff like that. Okay, some of you guys, you could have been experiencing like these times, right? Celebrations, enjoying the holidays, and then next thing you know, you've experienced like this extremely painful ending that completely changed you. Completely. But I feel like it's brought some type of clarity and truth to you, some type of awakening, right? This can have a lot to do with your past, your legacy, wealth. Okay, maybe you guys are in hermit mode, Virgo energy. You're getting yourself together. You are a nurturer. Whatever you touch, it grows, right? And I feel like you are attracting someone who is, it's going to be mutual respect. It's going to be requited love. Okay, this is soulmate energy, and this can even be the relationship with yourself, and then coming into a relationship with others, whether it's friends, creating this new family, soul tribe energy, or you know, within romance. But regardless, I'm seeing you overcome obstacles, winning against the opposition. I'm seeing victory. I'm seeing you moving forward, knowing which way you want to go, knowing and deciding on something, and like just really going forward. Okay, this could have something to do with your commitments, values, traditions could be very significant. Some of you guys, there may be some confusion, lack of decision making, or stressful decisions when it comes to certain things. but maybe that's why you're coming into this space of being navigated towards people who share a similar goal as you, right? People who you can actually work with, and it won't be a waste of time. It won't be detrimental to your mind, body, and soul. It'll actually be in alignment with your goals, dreams, values, okay? You are coming into happy families, or maybe this is going to be something that you create. I am speaking to a collective. That could be speakers, prophet energy, okay? I'm seeing happy children, happy wife, happy husband, literally. So some of you guys, you could be actively experiencing this, or maybe this is going to come in the future. But there is that wounded warrior energy, okay? Some of you guys could be actually injured physically. You could be experiencing headaches, bandages on your body. But I'm seeing you're being resilient regardless in your life. But you may still be, watching out for things. But don't worry. Give all your worries and fears to your spiritual team, to your angels for healing. And just trust and move forward from here on out without clinging or holding on to the past. And just free yourself from a lot of things, okay? You guys most definitely give free spirit. And if you're not in this energy where you could be liberated or whatever the case may be, you may become rebellious. So just, know yourself, learn yourself, choose your battles, work smarter, not harder. Okay? You could be in this period of time of reaping your rewards from your labor. This doesn't actually have to be 9 to 5 labor. It can be, but it also can just be the energy, like what you've created. Maybe some of you guys tended to animals, tended to nature, went through a lot of things in life, and you didn't dish out any trauma that was dished out, to you. I feel like you're learning the lessons, you're closing out chapters and cycles and everything else, and you're at the brink of closing out another chapter in your life. I'm seeing success, I'm seeing achievement, I'm seeing travel, okay? You could be a leader, and you're encouraged to take on leadership roles, stepping into the divine masculine energy, or this could be somebody outside of yourself. A fiery energy could be significant. I'm seeing someone operating in charity, giving something to someone, gifting. This could be feeding the homeless. This could be charity work, volunteer work. This could be you. I'm seeing generosity, okay? Coming into like generosity, whether it's people giving food, sharing food, money, resources, wisdom, okay, whatever the case may be. I feel like you guys are operating from strategy. You may be leaving something in a secretive or, not wanting anybody to know about something type of way, or you could be contemplating this or thinking about this. I don't really feel like, if this is your energy, for some of you guys, they can resonate, because some of y'all, this talks about lies, deception, and trickery, okay? But other than that, I am seeing you guys are doing what you're having to do for your own mental, emotional, etc. stability, as well as for your life overall, dreams, goals, and values. I just feel like you're doing what's best for you, and you're finally putting yourself first. You're in your goals and dreams and everything else. You're trusting in your intuition. You're coming into this period of renewal. You're going after your passions, your dreams, and you could be doing this very quickly. Just be mindful of illusions, because everything that glitters isn't gold. All right? But I do feel like you guys, you have a vision, you have a plan. You're deciding between, should I stay, should I go, or do I want to do this, do I want to do that? I feel like you guys are possibly planning out the next place you want to go on the globe, right? And I just feel like you're operating from a space of quickness. Just be mindful of haste. Okay, regardless, just know if your intuition is telling you to do something, then okay, cool. Don't think negative about anything. I hope that I don't scare you by me saying be mindful of haste. We're going to confirm more of that hasty energy, just so I can give you guys a more clear energy on what that may be pertaining to. So that was the message. We went through the whole entire deck with that. But I am seeing happiness. I am seeing joy. I am seeing some type of truth being revealed. Okay, tower moments, whether it's good or something that causes chaos, destruction. But don't worry. Challenges bring about growth. Okay, don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. It's a quote by Jerry Dunn. All right, if you guys could double tap the screen for me, that would be great. Thank you so much for those who have already been double tapping. I appreciate it. If you guys want to send in some gifts or donations, tips and everything, I do have payment options in my bio. Any gift is fine. I do prefer like money guns or like galaxies, but I'm fine with hand hearts and everything else. All right, I appreciate the gratitude and the gifts and the likes and everything. Oh, I got 6 shares. Thank you so much for that. All right, so let's see what's going on with this hasty energy. I just feel like when it comes to your passions, things that you're feeling passionate about, your dreams, your visions, that's why you're responding in this way. But be mindful that message may not be for everybody. So if you know that message is not for you and you're just needing to actually be mindful of some type of haste, especially if you're responding out of scarcity tactics, desperation, or lack in some type, then of course you may want to try a different approach, slow down a bit. Okay, sometimes, as I told y'all, we create our karma by what we do or what we don't do. Okay, but other than that, if you just feel like this is aligning with your goals, dreams, and values, and you're passionate about this and you feel like this is good for you, then great. Cleansing the energy within and around me. I banish away any negative energy that's been sent my way. Return back to sender any negative energy that's been sent my way. It's like, I don't know, a trance could be significant, or being in one reality and coming into a completely different one. I just felt like my vision, my brain, everything just shifted. And it's like it went like slow motion. And I almost felt like dizzy or drowsy. So that is really like significant. I don't know if people are trying to send evil out your way, or if you're just coming into shifts and upgrades and experiencing upgrade symptoms, ascension symptoms, or whatever the case may be. Please confirm this Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands energy, this Seven of Cups energy. On the back of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Wands is coming out in transition, which a lot of times I read both, whether it's upright meaning, reverse meaning. Whenever it's coming out in transition like this, I kind of feel like it's like a 50-50 of both of the energies, upright and reverse. Some people feel like, depending on which area it's in, like if it's going towards the right, then this could be future energy. Okay, so maybe you guys are slowly but surely, as you continue to move forward and come into these big changes and opportunities, your energy is going to get better. Okay. Why is this Seven of Swords on the back? Maybe this is talking about something that you possibly don't see. Sometimes when cards are on the back of the deck, sometimes people look at it as the connecting energy, or what you don't really see. Okay, so make sure you're balancing out your intuition, your discernment, your wisdom, and the logic, okay, as well as, you know, allow your emotions to be involved, but make sure all of these things are at a balance. Okay, think before doing things, but at the end of the day, if you feel like it aligns with your goals, dreams, and values, then go right on ahead, honey. Maybe that's your intuition talking, maybe that's your logic. All right, this can tie to any area of your life: career, love, and relationships. All right. Confirm the Knight of Wands. So if this is not your energy, this is somebody else, and this could be tied to some type of love situation, some type of union. It doesn't have to be romance all the time, but a lot of you guys, it is. So I feel like somebody in this fiery energy, hasty individual, they could be coming towards you, or maybe you guys both are coming towards each other, like in divine timing, or like this could be you, the one in this Knight of Wands. And I'm just seeing somebody is operating from a place of passion. Maybe somebody operated out of a place of passion, and it's tied to someone who they were in a relationship with. Okay, on the back of the deck is the Seven of Swords. Maybe some type of deception, betrayal, deceit, lies could have happened, or maybe strategy is involved. Doing something in a sneaky way, and it doesn't necessarily have to be all the time bad when it comes to sneaky way. It could just be you not wanting someone to know something, or them not wanting you to know something. Confirm this Knight of Wands, Two of Cups energy. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody deciding on something, knowing which direction they want to go in, and actually like going towards it. So I don't know what happened when you were moving with the quickness or this other individual towards this romantic or whatever type of union this is, but I'm seeing overcoming, um, like surpassing your enemies, victory, success, forward movement. Okay, determination, willpower. So maybe something gave you motivation or energy. Okay, maybe this is connected to your childhood, a past person. Maybe it's someone that you've known in your childhood. I'm seeing nostalgia, sharing things, gift giving could be significant. Maybe heartbreak, pain, tears could have been involved in this situation. Maybe this is something that you're letting go, and you're possibly walking down this individual path now. Maybe you're closing out like different chapters of your life. Confirm the Knight of Swords. All right, yeah. Closing out a cycle, completion, success. So I feel like this is good. I feel like this is more, it's positive, it's alignment. Okay, some of you guys, sacrifice, surrendering could be very significant, or just coming into a shifted perspective. In order to come into the shifted perspective, usually you're encouraged to get into a space of stillness, no phone, no TV, just you and you, okay? So that you can come into like this shifted perspective that's more in alignment and can bring about some type of peace, or it can bring about some type of answers. Maybe you've already done this, or maybe you're encouraged to, especially so you can get out of certain energies that don't feel as good. Okay, but I feel like everything is just a process. You can't rush the healing process. Time heals all wounds, but don't forget to make sure you do the inner child healing and the shadow work. Stay hydrated, do things that are good for you, healthy for you. The devil is here again on the back of the deck. Be mindful of the obsessions, addictions, toxicity, whether it's your energy or other people. If this is your energy, you're encouraged to do shadow work. If this is other people's energy, you're being encouraged to be aware of this and take the necessary measures, all right? Milk could be significant. Something that's spoiled maybe can be significant. This can even be metaphorically tied to a relationship, an old habit. Okay, anything really. Somebody's spoiling something, right? You're being divinely guided, but I feel like you can't really see the guidance or witness it or feel it, see it, whatever, with this devil energy being about. Maybe this is people who you're surrounded by. Maybe this is your own energy, okay? Like I say, whatever you know that needs to be done, make sure you do it, because you're always going to have to do it anyway. So you might as well get it out the way right now. And sometimes things don't happen overnight. It takes discipline and consistency. But you could have a crush or a secret admirer. Or maybe you have a crush on someone or a secret admirer. But things are shifting in your life. Just be mindful of people who are lustful, and the other energies that I told you about. Okay? Some people, they don't have your best interest at heart. They're manipulative, and they want to win at all costs. My way or the highway. I don't care who gets hurt as long as I win type of energy. Like this be all in people's head. You don't have enemies, but people are an enemy to you. Oh, I'm seeing like some type of addiction or obsession or whatever is surrounding some type of love union. This could be a romantic situation. Maybe you're at a separation from this person, or you're on a break, or you're broken up from this person already. Maybe some of you guys, you're actively still in this person's energy. So maybe, yeah, a lot of you guys, you're ending this, or it's coming to an end. And I feel like that's for a reason. All right, stop holding on to things so tightly. Practice the law of detachment. Okay, you will be really, this is how you build that success and solid foundation within yourself, as well as create a legacy that you want to leave behind if you want to leave it behind. Even if you don't want to have kids, you can still build a legacy for yourself and, you know, everything else, right? Within your finances and whatever. This can even be wisdom. Okay, but it's time to the earthly plane overall. All right, any more messages for the collective? Any more messages for the collective? All right. That one came out smoothly. 8 of Wands. Absolutely. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you. What you see in others is most definitely within you. With this 8 of Wands energy, which we've seen earlier, of course, like, yeah, because we did go through the whole deck, so of course we would have seen it, but I'm seeing fast travel, quick action, fast communication, and I'm seeing progress. This song is by Summer Walker. It's called Sticky Situation. Oh no, it's not by Summer Walker. It sounded like her. It's by Girlfriend. All right, on the back we got Innocence. Love that. So I just feel like after a period of darkness, chaos, turmoil, you guys are coming into like a lighter, smoother energy in life, you know? A lot of times the only reason why you don't feel this or see this is because of your own energies that you still have going on. Like being in your head, letting the fears and worries get to you. Still grieving the loss of things that didn't work out in the past, right? So make sure you don't live in the past. And also make sure you're not living too far in the future. Be in the present. In order to remain in the present, you can try practicing mindfulness. Okay, we got the Most High and High Priestess coming out. So the Most High, I feel like that's tied to, of course, a higher power. The High Priestess usually encourages you to trust in your intuition. So maybe your divine spiritual team could be encouraging you to trust in your intuition at this time. Maybe you're already trusting in your intuition, so that's like a green light. Now let's see what the Most High means. It says God, the divine, and divine intervention. Okay, so yeah, a lot of times the High Priestess can also be your spiritual team. So I feel like you're once again being divinely guided in this moment in time by powerful beings. Okay, of course you have powerful beings tied to you. You're a powerful being yourself. Sometimes it just takes being confident in that, knowing that. All right. Any more messages here for the collective? And with the energy of innocence, so children could be significant, your childhood, reparenting your inner child. With innocence, it says free of blame or fault. So you guys could be you went through a lot of karmic situations, karmic ties, and I feel like now you are paying off certain debt, or maybe there's a person outside of your energy that comes up as free of blame or fault. We can get more energy on it, okay? But with the ascension energy that I've seen, it ties to balanced and alignment, moving up in rank, status, authority, and on one's destined path. So that's really great energy. All right, let's confirm this innocence energy. Some of you guys, you could have wore pigtails, or I'm seeing her like with plaits and they're both braided. That could just be significant. I'm also seeing paper airplanes. The song Airplanes by B.O.B. featuring the young lady could also be significant. You could pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Shooting stars can even be significant, as well as the stars in the sky. Clouds. All right, be mindful of confusion. Clear this by trusting in your intuition. Okay, confirm innocence. I'm not sure if that's the collective's energy or someone else's. Please confirm. We've got the Six of Pentacles. So like I said, this is a time of giving and receiving. Or I feel like all the giving and giving that you've done, you're not going to be receiving it. Okay, once again, this is the generous energy, whether it's in the form of food, finance, just charity work, volunteering, whatever the case may be. I feel like you guys are very innocent, very pure, very generous, very giving. And I feel like you're also going to be attracting this. Okay, for a lot of you guys, quicker than you think. Thank you so much for the compliment. Yeah, the Star, for sure. I'm seeing a lot of renewal energy. Spirituality most definitely could be significant. Maybe you're a person of spirituality. Okay. Any more messages here for the collective? 18, the angel number 18 could be very significant for you guys, or seeing mirrored numbers, whether it's 18, 18, 81, 81, 1881, 1221, like just mirrored numbers could just be very significant. Seeing numbers of ascension like 5, 6, 7, 8 can be significant. 10, 10. Any more messages here for the collective? Yeah, Ace of Wands coming out with the Chariot. I'm seeing a new beginning. You getting this spark of inspiration, starting on something new. All right, moving forward. Willpower. On the back, we got the High Priestess. So you could be encouraged to trust your intuition as you're navigating this path, or you're already trusting your intuition, which is leading to this new beginning, action and energy, fresh start, and forward movement. Okay. Some of you guys are encouraged to trust in your intuition or use your intuition when it comes to some type of new beginning, spark of renewal or inspiration, a fresh start. It's also tying in with this decision. So maybe this is going to help with a decision, a choice, helping you be more determined. Okay, even. Especially with all that confusion that's going on, or the illusions that may be appearing in your life, if that resonates for you. So yeah, this is pretty beautiful, pretty grand. For sure, feeding your inner child could be significant, because if you look at this deck, it looks like colors, like things being colored, and you know, everything like that. So we are in the year of Aquarius energy. You guys are very beautiful. You have a beautiful spirit, and you're also, not that it matters, attractive, beautiful face. Something about your eyes, nose, lips, ears, just really everything about you, even your hair, whether you have long hair or short hair. All right, regardless, you have to love yourself. The best relationship in the world to have is one with yourself. Okay, your most prized project that you're going to be working on in this lifetime is you. So make sure you're turning those weaknesses into strengths. And I promise you won't ever have to worry about anything ever again, because you're basically mastering certain things, which is helping you build peace. And I don't know about you, but the goal is inner peace. Because having inner peace, therefore, happiness will turn into joy. It won't just be, oh, I'm happy 1 minute, now I'm back sad, now I'm back this. No. It's something very, very freeing about this energy. Angel numbers in astrology as well. Zodiac signs could be very significant. I'm going to be using my my deck. You are divinely guided and protected. 444. You can also be seeing 55 or 555. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen. Yeah, 88. Thank you. A lot of you guys, when you see certain angel numbers that call out to you, 9 times out of 10, maybe you should just look it up or determine what that means for you. You don't have to always go outside of yourself for anything. That's why, you know, your spiritual team encourages you to use your intuition, because you do have all the answers within. Sometimes you just don't realize it, but you always do. And a lot of times what keeps us from realizing things is because of the 3D plane problems that we experience. Sometimes our problems, we be so close up all in our problems that we can't see past them. Okay, so just be mindful of that. All right, we got microphone and fortress. Nobody can shut you up. You're building. You're growing. You're evolving. You're mastering things. You're going from timid, fragile, demure to confident, assertive in your power. Okay? I'm seeing some type of news here. All right, the microphone is tying to the Eight of Wands or the Eight of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is fire energy. That's why I said Eight of Wands. And once again, the Eight of Wands energy does signify like action and energy, especially quick action or energy or communication or travel and everything like that. So with the microphone energy, maybe singing, speaking, could be significant, anything of the sort. What is that called when you're in the music industry and you set up the equipment? Something about that can even be significant. Maybe the music industry is significant, but it says news, trending, broadcast, expression, strong opinion, make known. Okay, this could be the energy you're in, about to be in, encouraged to be in, or it could be energies that are outside of yourself, maybe other people's energy, maybe what's to come. It really all depends. A lot of times it could be confirming past, present, or future energy. All right, so current events are significant, public speaking, as well as speaking truth. Okay, either you've been speaking truth or you're encouraged to speak your truth. All right, it also can tie to communicate, social media, being heard, and speaking up. So I feel like a lot of you guys are possibly going to be seen in the limelight. Maybe you're going to be broadcasting something, or some type of news is going to come about. Maybe you're encouraged to make something known. Okay, don't alienate yourself, right? And with the energy of the Fortress, which we have seen on the other side, it's the Ace of Air, right? I say Ace of Air, but it's the one of Aquarius. But Aquarius is an air sign. And when you tie to the Ace of Swords, it can tie to clarity, truth, awakening, right? Now with this energy, it's coming out with the Fortress energy. And it says fortitude, staying power. Now, by all means, all of these don't have to resonate for you. Maybe one could resonate, maybe 5 could resonate, right? Just make sure you apply it to you. A lot of times if you're confused, don't force a message. Maybe it just haven't happened yet, or maybe it's just not your message. All right, don't forget, you guys, to give me a follow if you haven't already. All right, appreciate you for joining in. Time is a very valuable thing, even though it is an illusion, but I always appreciate your time. All right, as this is an energy exchange and it can cause someone to feel drained and everything, I do ask you guys to make sure you share or give me a follow, double tap the screen, or send in gifts. If you want to get your own personals to support, or maybe you just need a reading, a question, life coaching, mentorships, anything of that sort, we can get started whenever you're ready, whenever you're available. I'm always open 25/8. Okay, if you have any questions, concerns, I do have free consultations. Okay, but with this energy, it ties to staying power. Okay, staying power. I feel like you're building on something. I'm telling you, it's really something about solid foundation. No longer being out of your power. See, I feel like that's why you go through these things, these hiccups, these obstacles, these challenges, right? Because it's only turning weaknesses into strengths, helping you build something to where you won't have to go back into a form. Because when you reach that certain amount of strength, it will never be a point in time where you go back into the form of weakness. When you come into a particular awakening, it won't ever be a time to where you become blind again, you know? So I just feel like you're building, you're elevating. Yeah, it also ties to stubborn, sealed off, aloof, prepared, backbone. Okay, endure, lasting, ready for anything, determined, unbreakable, true grit, and what it takes. All right, you can apply these messages how it fit. You can always also combine them together if you want, but they are separate energies. And it's funny how this energy said aloof, because when I pulled the card from the top of the deck and I moved it off, I seen that this card, the cat, so cats could be significant. You could be seeing cats. Maybe you have a cat, whether you're seeing white cats, black cats, white and black cats, right? Any type of cats really could be significant. You know, the white energy ties to the new beginnings, the purity, the innocence, godlike energy, while the black ties to the shadows, the darkness, whatever, right? Giving like yin and yang, you know? It doesn't have to go hand in hand, but with the cat here, it says apathetic, disinterested, aloof, my way or the highway, bored, unflappable, cool cat, unaffected, not my problem, what I want, when I want it, cool and calm, and disengaged. So this could be the energy you're in. You know, just take the messages how it resonates. And behind this card was the emerald energy. Maybe you were born in the month of May, or a Taurus energy, because I do know my birthstone is possibly the emerald. I'm born May 18th. I'm a Taurus. And speaking of Taurus, this is the Ace of Taurus. Taurus energy is earth, so usually the Ace of Pentacles, right? Which can tie to new beginnings in earthly matters, whether it's prosperity, okay, something new coming into the 3D plane, whatever it may be, right? Something that's physical, tangible, whether it's prosperity or something of material aspects, or whatever the case may be, even like cars, houses, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Now with the emerald energy here, it ties to healing, fertility, eternity, reflection, humility, sexuality. And it's funny that we say sexuality, because when the devil comes out, it's also a sexuality card, right? Usually figuring out yourself and everything. Rare, peace, soul restoration, growth, strong relationship, balance, free-flowing love, mature love, and heart chakra. So it's really just sit, good girl. So it's really just basically backing up exactly what I've been saying. So love that for you. All right, very beautiful energy here. Once again, you guys, my questions are 10, readings are 50. But if you are individuals of low income, you can't afford my prices right now, donations are accepted, which is basically anything that you are able to afford. All right, we got Unchanged coming out. And then behind it is the flamingos. So I feel like the reason why certain things are happening within your love life, or within specifically a romantic situation, it doesn't have to just be solely romantic. I feel like that's because it's meant to happen, especially so you can attract something better. All right, I am seeing butterflies are going to be very significant for this collective. I feel like you guys are going to go to new places, new areas that you're not even used to, right? Okay, whatever situation or circumstances this could have been, it was involved around the energy of unchanged. Basically meaning that at this time the situation is stable and unlikely to change, and that could have tied to some type of union, soulmate energy, lover situation, your dating life, or love, relationships, and emotions overall. But behind that, it says happening now. So I feel like everything is happening in divine timing, and everything that is happening, it's for a reason. Okay, so once again, don't be so possessive or holding on to things that you're encouraged to release. Okay, don't try to control anything. All right, yeah, you could be experiencing some type of direction change. Maybe you made a promise, maybe you were set on going down a certain particular route, but now it seems like there's different roads being paved open, okay, different opportunities, etc. You're always welcome to change the route that you want to go in. Don't ever feel like, oh, well, I'm stuck doing this, or blah, blah. No, feel free. Okay, thank you so much, Stanwood, for the 8 roses. I appreciate that. All right, thank you guys. Thank you, Queen, for double tapping the screen. I appreciate you. Angel number 411 or 114 on the screen, which I like to think of as information, whether it's learning something, teaching something, research, news coming in, like whatever the case may be, you needing to get information on something, or already doing some, it really all depends. Even you can just tie it how it fits for you. Like a lot of people like think of 11 as like a path or a door, or they look at wands as new beginnings. Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate you. They look at it as new beginnings, and a lot of times if it's doubled, tripled, it usually signifies more intense energy, excessive energy within that, master numbers and like all of that good stuff. I don't mean to do this, but 4, once again, it ties to stability. Whether you're talking about, a lot of things have their different meanings, especially if you're going based off of astrology or numerology. But regardless, it does still give stability amongst many other things. Feel free to always do your own research or just go based off what your intuition tells you. Now we're on 115, and now it just went to 116. Thank you guys so much for double tapping the screen. I appreciate that. All right. And somebody just commented 8. Queen just commented 8. And when you do 6 and 1 together, it makes the number 8. And one of our members in here put 88 in the chat earlier. So 88, 888. You know, a lot of people look at 8 as the energy of abundance. All right. amongst other things like success and everything else. Okay, when you were 15 or somewhere in your teens could have been very significant. Maybe your childhood overall, young adult, maybe January 5th is going to be very significant. But yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of newness, and I feel like that's because you are encouraged or actually letting go of things, releasing things, you know, based on cycles, the way like fate and destiny, things just happening because, you know, it's meant to or in alignment or whatever. So this is actually a great reading. Since love did come out, I guess we can get more into what's going on within your family, friend, or romantic connections, even if it's not just past, but also present or future. All right. Yeah, see, and we have the yarn here. What is this right here? With library. Remember we just got done talking about research, learning, and everything else? So libraries could be significant, or just metaphorically what libraries bring, right? It has books, it has the computers and everything. You go there to do this, to do that, right? So with library here, it's tying to the 8 of Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth energy, so it could be the 8 of Pentacles, which a lot of times that means that you're working on something, whether you're working on yourself, working on your hobbies. You could be focusing on one thing at a time, whether it's something that's finances or whatever the case may be. You could be paying great attention to detail. All right, when it comes to learning, knowledge, research, or whatever the case may be, right? With this library energy, it ties to information, research, books, history, learning, knowledge, past time, archives, hidden documents. If it's not hidden documents together, it's just documents and hidden. Okay, search, secrets, looking beneath the surface, author, reading, and writing. Okay, maybe some of you guys can even get into writing your own books or whatever. I'm just seeing like greatness. Okay, sometimes you really just don't know what's to come for you in the future, but I feel like a lot of you guys, things are going to work out. Thank you so much, Queen, for the gifts. All right, and double tapping the screen. Don't forget, you guys, make sure you are double tapping. I appreciate it. All right, but there could be a lot of problems going on within your love life. All right, hassles. It's giving big mess. Okay, this is what the yarn energy is tying to. Dogs, disobedient dogs. Well, this dog doesn't necessarily have to be disobedient. She's just being bad, as other humans will probably call her. But maybe you have a pet that probably just indulges in things that they have no business doing, honey. Okay, maybe they're just being a dog, like a kid being a kid, right? Now, this is signifying the 5 of Sagittarius. And with the 5 of Sag, of course, Sag gives fire energy. So this could be like 5 of Wands energy. And that talks about, in tarot, conflict, arguments, fights, quarrels. I heard not seeing eye to eye. And ego clashes, personality differences, and everything else, right? So when it comes to the yarn energy, it ties to complicated, patience needed, future gains, work it out, made up story, many working components, mischief, and out of control. Now, when it comes to work it out, that could be you encouraging to work something out, right? Maybe you healing from a situation, maybe you making amends with people, or it could just be saying, you'll have to apply it to you, because you can settle things and everything else without the whole letting people back into your energy, life, etc. Because I feel like when you're a genuine, loving person and you cut people off, I feel like you have every right to, because the audacity, right? I'm extremely apologetic for you guys to experience these things, especially as an amazing person as you are. Once again, just don't take things personal. People have their own inner demons that they haven't tended to since they were children. A lot of things stem down in childhood, okay? So I know a lot of times my collective aren't always the good ones and the jolly ones. So like I said, just take the messages how they apply to you, all right? And then I'm seeing changing. So maybe you just feel like maybe you're doing things differently, encouraged to get more information about a situation. handle things differently, or at least in a way that's peaceful to you, mind, body, and soul. I'm not saying reconcile with anyone and all of this other stuff. I'm just saying make sure you protect your energy, stand in your power, but at the end of the day, keep your peace and everything, right? Don't fight fire with fire. Be the bigger person in situations, because you're not doing this for you. You're not doing this for others. You're doing it for you. Similar to, you don't forgive for others. You're basically forgiving for yourself and your own inner peace, right? Now with the changing energy, something about playing cards, okay, and whatever playing cards could be used for. Some people, they use these to gamble, maybe Vegas, or casinos and everything like that could be significant, or just playing cards could be significant. Maybe this is people who plays games or playing cards or whatever. Maybe someone who you had a game night with or played cards with, or a game. But it says at this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen. Okay, that's what it's giving. Now, all of this energy could be separate from everything else, but since I started thinking about love and talking about love, and with that yarn energy that just popped on out, I feel like this could be also very significant. They can go hand in hand. All right, but just once again, like I said, just apply to how it fits for you. All right, let's get some more messages within love relationships for you guys. All right, we got the telephone coming out with heart and home. And then I ended up seeing yacht, but before that we have broken heart. So I feel like you guys are experiencing some type of heartbreak, pain, of course. And it's funny because the 3 of Gemini is here, and Gemini is air energy, so it'll be a 3 of swords in tarot, right? And usually that ties to heartbreak. So you guys could most definitely be still experiencing some type of heartbreak, interference, sorrow, grief, funk, sadness, mourning, distress. Maybe you've been let down, okay? Seeing this gloomy energy, hopelessness, regret, crisis, unhappy, hurt, bitter, devastated, and emotional pain signifies this broken heart energy. Somebody could have the name Jack or Diane, could be very significant. Okay, now we got heart and home. So when I think of this, I think of family. You could tie it to still romantic connections if you want, friends and everything else, but I just don't know why I got like the family energy. So regardless, whether it's friendships, family, lovers, I feel like you're experiencing or experienced some type of heartbreak, grief, distress, etc. Maybe there's some type of communication coming in, or maybe the communication could be very significant. All right, angel number 263. Okay, 2635. 55 is here. Okay, with the yacht, it ties to adventure. Maybe some of y'all just need to go on a vacation, take a break from people, work on that throat chakra, balance out some things, set boundaries, find, inner peace. Because I promise you, you can coexist in a world that we live in today, being the amazing person that you are, ethereal paragons, earth angels, okay? As long as you have this inner peace, Sometimes it could be a mind thing. Maybe sometimes it could just be the balance of the mind, body, and soul, right? But I'm seeing connection, communication, conversation. This is associated with the telephone. Some of you guys may have an older looking telephone, or maybe you could possibly relate to primordial times. Maybe you were born in the years where these type of phones were created. And that is tied to the 2 of Cancer. Cancer is water energy. So the 2 of Cups, which once again ties to union, relationships. A lot of times it can be romance, but it doesn't have to. And it can also be union of self as well, rather than other people outside. So overall, like I said, we're talking about love, relationships, and emotions, whether it's the connection with self or relationships with others, and your own emotions, how you are feeling right now, what you're going through. So telephone, right? I'm seeing that communication is significant, connection, conversation, getting through, two-way street, message, vocal, loud and clear. Yeah, see, some of y'all, maybe you actually did use your throat chakra. You made something loud and clear, and things just have to be a two-way street. If you're the only one that's carrying the relationship and doing what you need to do, then I understand. But it doesn't mean that you still have to fight fire with fire. When we say working out, it doesn't have to mean not using your throat chakra, not holding any boundaries, kumbaya, we're friends again, we're lovers again. No. people also have to do the work, or it's just going to be more draining, and you're going to possibly feel like, well, what am I doing here, right? So your feelings are valid. Okay, trusting your intuition once again. Now, with the rest of the messages, once again, take it how it resonates. Telephone can also tie to message, vocal, loud and clear, reaching out, notification, throat chakra, inner voice, and rings a bell. With the heart and home energy, beautiful, beautiful energy. This type of living lifestyle or community or something about it could be very significant. I'm thinking of, I just thought of pioneer, but I was getting the energy of, I can't really think of their culture, heritage, or whomever, whatever they're called, respectfully, but to this day, they ride horse and carriages. They wear things over their head. Their outfits are a bit, I can't think of the name for it. I kind of forgot what they call themselves. I think it starts with the A. But is there another name for Mormon? If not, then I don't believe that is it. I just can't think of it. They have their own little community. They don't do what everybody else does. This can also be some form of religion, but I can't think of them right now. They even have these shows, a show on some type of platform. But the heart and home ties to happy home, security, love, kindness, family, belonging, bliss, contentment. And I feel like that's what you deserve. You deserve relationships that aren't hard, because guess what? Relationships aren't hard. People make them that way. Okay? This energy also ties to family, kindness, belonging, bliss, contentment, comfort, established, fulfilled, legacy, boundaries, affection, peace, heart's desire, and longevity. Okay? So these, whether it's 1 out of 10 or 20 of what I've said, just applies how it fits. Past, present, and future energy can also be significant. Now with the yacht energy, the 5 of Gemini, which can be the 5 of Swords, which we talked about, tended to the people who were, it could be people who play mind games, who wants to win at all costs, even if that means getting over on you, tricking you, playing mental games, all right, defeating you mentally, all right, whether this was you doing this to someone or someone doing it to you. If this was you, you could have still had this cunning energy about it, or this haha, I won type of energy. Usually that's what it gives, while the other people on the opposite end feels more like they lost the battle, especially a mental one, right? To where they possibly just surrendered or really just felt like they lost in some type of battle. Now, it's tying to a yacht, so boats, overseas, etc. could be significant. It ties to adventure, affluence, luxury, mobility, travel, great ease, smooth sailing, sophisticated, with the wind, self-indulgent, prosperity, comfort, wealth, over the top, and extravagant. Yeah, you most definitely have this luxurious energy about you, or you want to live this like type of lifestyle. Some of y'all, maybe you're a little bit too humble, or possibly never experienced something like this to even realize that this is something that you actually are called towards, you know. That's why the journey is like continuous, you know. You live, you learn, you're evolving, you're growing, you come into beliefs, you change them, you come into relationships, you're ending them, coming into new. It's just the journey itself, right? So make sure you're taking the time to express gratitude and to try to enjoy your life as much as you can, because although you know this is a short life, okay, I look up, I'm already 24. Other people look up, they are already 50 something, you know. So just be the co-creator in your life, be the main character in your story, and just live, be free. You know, that should be the main goal, rather than the Louis, the this, that, trying to outshine the next person, because you can't compete where you can't compare. All of us have a superpower that nobody is like us. That's the best thing in the world. So there's no need to put each other down, to be in like particular energies. But once again, be in alignment with who you are in your life. Don't connect with people who are who don't share the same values and everything. I'm not saying shun them. I'm just saying work smarter, not harder, and just be in alignment with your goals, values, dreams, and relationships that you want in your life. So I feel like a lot of you guys, you're getting away from toxicity and depression and stress and burdens and like all of this stuff. I feel like something wasn't changing within your relationships. People weren't changing in your relationships. Maybe you tried and tried and it just wasn't working out because the other individual also needed to try just as much. Or maybe at times you had situations where you just didn't have the patience and, because it takes two to have arguments. It takes two for a connection to become karmic. And all of these are just energies. When you hear these names, it's just energies of what something is. Usually karmic relationships are to help you let go and love you, twin flame energy usually comes about as you're mirroring individuals, maybe learning lessons together, whether they are any type of lessons, even if they hurt a bit, right? Whether you could be mirroring, somebody could be mirroring back to you who you are, vice versa, and by all means, spiritual people, you don't all have to share the same beliefs. I know some religions people, they share the same beliefs, but spirituality is more freer, and it's usually defined as an individual practice that ties to a self journey. So by all means, if you're going to have any beliefs, and beliefs aren't all the time factual, we just believe in it without having the proof that it's true. We just believe in it. So if you're going to have any beliefs, instead of going based on your knowing, which you don't necessarily need receipts or facts on, you just know this to be true, right? If you're going to have beliefs, make sure it's not self-restricting, fear-based, right? Negative. I made a quote that says anything that's negative is false, and that's because it's true. I know a lot of people, they like to create, oh, that's delusional, oh, that's self-righteous, no, that's this. You gotta start tuning out what everybody else is saying and start really living the life that you want to live. A lot of times it's going to take courage, it's going to take practice, because sometimes you grow up in a world already where you're already in your teens and you haven't even learned about self-love, but you learned about religion, you learned about putting family before you and all this other stuff, right? So you live and you learn regardless. I feel like as you navigate this path, you're going to come into everything that you need to regardless. So just have grace, be patient, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, be gentle with yourself, and don't forget your feelings are valid. All right? But you can't bring everyone, you can't save everyone. A lot of times we have to do the work on our own. And a lot of times people do love you, you do love them, but sometimes you just have to go your separate ways. And if you feel like personally you got to remove somebody short-term, long-term, or permanently, then just go for it. At the end of the day, just make sure you're trusting your intuition and know that always you're divinely guided and protected. But don't forget, you don't have to do anything that's self-limiting, that's based on negativity or whatever the case may be. And I feel like going down that path, it will bring more peace anyway when you're operating from this space of love and everything else. Now, once again, you can be operating from a space of love and this and that, but that doesn't mean lack of boundaries and, people pleasing and all of this stuff. Don't ever go back into self-sacrificial energy, self-delusion, and everything else, okay? But yeah, I feel like you guys, I'm really seeing great things happening. Great things happening. Once again, with this forked road energy, it's time to direction change, options, free will choice, opportunity, alternatives, multiple choice, the moment of truth, crisis, possibilities, turning point, and change in circumstances. Okay? Whether this is time to your love life or whether this is time to something completely different. Maybe you're releasing things, sacrificing, experiencing a sacrifice, giving up something. Whatever it may be. Okay? Some of you guys most definitely are writers, speakers, something about English language arts or history or something, right? I feel like you bring a lot to the table. Like I said, you guys are the table. There's a lot of great things happening thanks to you. So if you know you're encouraged to put more effort into something, please make sure you do. All right, we got the horse and fire coming out. This horse energy ties to short journey. The fire energy ties to strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Okay, regardless, there's going to be a short journey within this energy. Maybe it already happened. Maybe this is present energy. Maybe it hasn't happened yet in its future. Okay, but regardless, this is still connected to the readings that we're doing. We're talking about any and everything. So whether you tie it to love, career, life overall, just apply the messages how it fits for you. Okay, once again, this message will be uploaded to my YouTube, so no need to worry. All right. Wow, fire came out again. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius could be significant, or the sister signs of these energies. Okay, make sure you pay attention to some type of work. Maybe there's something that you need to get done, or whatever the case may be. So make sure you just pay attention to that. Maybe this is you still having some strong emotion towards something, whether it's strong love or hate. All right, make sure there's a balance. Thank you for the follows. Thank you guys for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Thank you for double tapping that screen, Miss Queen, and everyone else who's double tapping. Could you guys please help Miss Queen tap the screen? Okay, we made it at 14.6K. I would love to get to 100K, but we'll keep it at 50K right now. But the goal is 100K, you guys. I feel like if we all work together, we could get there. I've been on live for a minute now, so we could have really already been past 20K, but we got to work together, you guys. This is also to help me. It's like an energy exchange, so I just don't be on here and draining my energy and everything, because I come on to give messages for the collective. You know, I feel like it would be very beneficial and helpful, right? But y'all know I can do my own personal messages, right? I don't have to do collectives, right? You know that. Okay. I'm just okay. Any more messages here for the collective? We got the flag coming out. If your finger's getting tired, then by all means, take a break, honey. I ain't trying to work you like that. I'm just saying, you know, to reciprocate the energy. All right? Especially if you guys are not paying to get on the list. Don't take no offense to it, okay? But with the flag energy, it says, do not be tempted to lower your standards. Remember that stand your ground energy. So any more messages here for the collective? Remember, we did talk about being aware of temptation, haze, desperation. All right, we got bridge coming out. It says successfully overcoming a problem. Usually I would like to usually I would read these in reversal if they come out in reversal, but sometimes, regardless, it can resonate in reversal or it can resonate in upright, but I'm going to choose to read these in upright. Okay, especially because confirmation we had already got that you guys were going to be successfully overcoming a problem, whether you already have, whether it's to come in the near future. Okay, but for it to come out in the reverse, a lot of times it could be the complete opposite of the upright position, or the shadowed, you know, darker side of the energy. Like it could still mean it's upright position, but maybe in a more darker shadowed energy. Like for instance, successfully overcoming a problem, maybe it's being delayed, maybe there was some challenges. Okay, it could be anything. And it's funny because it looks like a ladder is right under the bridge or holding the bridge up. So that's interesting. That is a perfect metaphor to be looked at in a particular way. All right, we got bat coming out. You could be seeing small birds that fly around really fast, or bats are just very significant. Maybe you can look up the symbolization of bats. All right, it says take care. Enemies are working against you. Once again, remember the Five of Swords energy came out. Whether somebody is doing these mind games, wanting to win at all costs, mental defeat. Okay, this could be in any and every way. Career, love life, whatever it may be. Not everyone is against you. Not everybody is working against you. And at the end of the day, you're naturally protected anyway. But it's just, you know, be aware. Don't walk through life blind and filled with illusion, okay? Be aware. Similar to being aware of your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? You walk outside and you didn't even notice that car that was parked right there until you actually got closer to it. So it's just not saying that somebody in that car is dangerous or anything. It's just saying, like, be mindful. You know, just maybe this can help mentally. Maybe this can help with your spiritual gifts. It could be anything. It doesn't have to just be negative all the time. But take care. Enemies are working against you. This message doesn't have to apply to everyone, and it doesn't have to be something that you experienced, that you're experiencing right now. It really all just depends. Once again, past, present, and future energy could be significant. Sometimes future energy can come out just because fortune telling, and this actually is my fortune telling deck. It's a tea leaf deck. You know, the traditional tea leaves where the querent drinks the tea and the reader reads their leaves or whatever. This is the more card modern way spread that's just as accurate, but just once again, this is a collective. I will be even posting this across platforms, and as I'm literally on live on TikTok and I have a public account, anybody is coming across it. So that's why people tell y'all, if you want to get your energy picked up on a lot more, just double tapping or whatever could help. I mean, I feel like either or, like, people are able to hear messages regardless, but mainly I ask you guys to double tap simply because, like, I'll be on here like giving messages or whatever. So that's mainly why, like, I would ask you to double tap the screen. Or like gifts. I prefer gifts, but double tapping is fine. Okay. All right. We got cracked cup coming out. First energy that came out was wealth, and then this broken bridge. So it's funny because the bridge had came out earlier, and a lot of times whatever cards come out first could actually be insinuating that this situation happened first and then this one is happening after, but it doesn't have to be like that all the time. Okay. But with the, of course, you know, wealth, it can tie to just prosperity or a lump sum of money, right? Or like I said, wealth, like it could be wisdom, energy, whatever, right? With a broken bridge, it says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Maybe this could be tying to wealth. It doesn't have to be. Okay, we can confirm more about it though. Now with that cracked cup energy, it says dissatisfaction in life. So maybe there was something that happened within your prosperity, career, lump, maybe something tied to a lump sum of money. Like, it's very normal for people's inheritance to be stolen, sadly, and everything else. So whether it's past, present, future energy, these can go hand in hand. It doesn't have to. All right. So maybe whatever happened, this caused some type of dissatisfaction with life. Okay. And then we have the lion on the back, which says time to act. So let's confirm the wealth energy. What's this wealth? All right. What is this unsuccessful outcome to a problem? All right. So maybe it's just mountains, obstacles, right? Regardless of an unsuccessful outcome to a problem, you are on the road to success. Love that. Because confirming the broken bridge, which is, once again, unsuccessful outcome to a problem, we have the mountain road, which ties to you are on the road to success. So look, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And regardless, it didn't make or break you, right? You're just evolving, learning, and yeah, I was gonna say growing, but that's like similar to evolving. Now with the wealth energy here, we got the well coming out. Maybe some of you guys, you could have, whenever you see a well of water, you probably throw pennies in there or something like that. Could be significant. Maybe you should try doing that again. Maybe it'll feed your inner child. Maybe you can just try doing things differently. A lot of times we do things because we learn it from other people. How about you start creating your own traditions, doing your own thing? Maybe when you see a well, wishing well, you make a wish when you throw a coin in. Maybe y'all already was doing that, but the well ties to family wishes come true. So I feel like, once again, you guys, regardless of what happened within wealth or whatever, you're still on a road to success. And I feel like whatever family wishes you have are going to come true. Maybe some of you guys pray for stability, financial security. All right, especially within your own legacy, a family you create. Maybe you're going to be building wealth. Maybe this could be with the family that you were born into. It really all depends on who you are and how your life is and everything. Or regardless. So overall energy though is wealth. So I feel like a lot of things are happening surrounding the 3D plane, physical matters, whether it's prosperity or material values, assets, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't necessarily have to be overall energy, but it is the astral house that is significant. Okay, it's just like tarot, how you got the major arcanas and the minor arcanas. The major arcanas are usually the overall, like, huge events, big messages, and everything like that, main ideas, etc., while the minor arcanas are like the day-to-day things, you know. So I was looking at this as like a major arcana, but this is not tarot, honey. It doesn't have to be looked at in that way, but for sure your wealth could just be very significant. Maybe you're focusing on that bag, because we did get the King of Pentacles earlier, which shows that you guys are preoccupied with financial matters, or somebody in your energy, all right, that's somehow connected to you, or maybe a person. You're going to be coming across this individual, and you're going to be able to build, teach, learn, whatever with one another or something. Okay, let's see. Any more messages for the collective? Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Or some of you guys, you could just be asleep throughout the day. All right, we got dog barking. You could have heard a dog barking. It doesn't have to just be one dog, but when it comes to this energy, it says advice from a friend. Okay, maybe you could be the friend, or maybe there's somebody else who's going to be giving you this, even if it's a stranger, okay? But some of you guys, it may actually be a friend, but you don't have to always take messages so literal. The cards, of course, what it's saying could be literal, but as an intuitive reader, there's also like deeper aspects and whatever else pops up, right? So just once again, take the messages how they resonate. If it's not your energy, it's another person. All right, any more messages here for the collective? And by all of these cards coming out, they all can connect to each other as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. Now, the turkey had came out, and it came out over the well energy. A lot of times when readers get cards that fall on top of each other, they combine them together, but it doesn't have to be like that. But I am going to say, some of you guys with this turkey energy, it says someone is behaving stupidly. Okay, someone in your energy, or maybe it's you, or maybe it could be tied to family. Okay, but that is very significant. Now, maybe, remember how I said the cards can connect? Maybe that could have just been an advice from a friend that somebody was behaving stupidly, right? You know, sometimes constructive criticism can go a long way. Or maybe somebody is a bit blunt. All right, we got the eye coming out. So your third eye could be significant. It ties to psychic ability. Trust your intuition. Okay. So heavy encouragement of trusting your intuition for this collective. All right, we got the finger coming out. Some of you guys, you could be dealing with people who apportions blame, especially if these people are in your community or connected by blood, or whatever the case may be. But finger ties to warning you of a problem either now or in the future. Don't worry, we will confirm more of that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes, that reminds me of Egypt. So some of you guys, if you resonate with Egypt, Atlantis, the pyramids, primordial times, could be really very, very significant. Thank you so much, Miss Stanwell. I appreciate that. All right, any more messages? Yep. On the back of the deck, we got the basket. It says recognition, reward for merit. We talked about it, you know, reaping the rewards of your labor and everything else. Okay, if you guys want to get this deck yourself, it is called the Tea Leaf Fortune Cards. It does come with a guidebook and everything. Now, with the coins energy, okay, them coins is significant. Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, for you, it's going to be family. Yeah, okay. So it says money will be coming to you, confirmation. Remember, I told y'all them financial hardships are just temporary. So confirmation, money is on the way, honey. Okay, and I feel like your spiritual team is most definitely navigating these things for you, whatever obstacles, etc. But you also have to, you know, help co-create. Sometimes you're not accessible to things because of your own energy. Remember, we talked about the energy of funk, being in a funk, or like all of this apathy energy, which Four of Cups energy, apathy, it can interfere with your opportunities. You can miss out on opportunities, right? Maybe some of you guys, you got some opportunities that you missed out on coming back around. Okay. Now, with the angel energy coming out here, it did come out in the reverse, but it says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. You're being guided, spiritual guidance, okay? And you're being protected from harm, okay? So no need to worry. Of course, please make sure you embed this in your head, because sometimes people navigate through in their life with worry, stress, fear, and then they realize they had nothing to worry about at all. See, a lot of times when you go through things in your past, you start becoming more cautious and, you know, everything else than before you ever went through anything, right? So know that just because it happened to you before, it doesn't mean it's going to happen to you again, especially because, once again, we give ourselves karma. Sometimes whatever happened to you is because of the choices that you made or that you didn't make based on your own ignorance, gullible energy, not naive energy, right? So don't worry. You live and you learn, okay? Now let's go ahead and see about this warning you of a problem either now or in the future energy. Let's confirm that. Confirm this finger. What is this warning you of a problem either now or in the future? What is this problem? What is this problem? Maybe pay attention, look at something. Okay, we got 2 cards. On the back of the deck, we got the eagle. Okay, it says triumph over troubles or obstacles. So regardless, whatever this is, you are going to overcome it, whatever it is. But it is tying to, it could be love, it could be like, when you think of marriage, what do you think of? Unity or something of the sort, right? Especially if you want to look at this in a metaphorical sense. But if this is more literal, something about your love life or marriage or something could be significant. It doesn't have to be necessarily with a person, but it can. All right, and then we got the shark coming out. It did come out in reverse, but it says take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. So make sure you're learning how to budget, you're saving. This doesn't mean be in the energy to where you don't spend your money, you become a hoarder. No, right? But yeah, this can also just let you know to be mindful of wolves in sheep's clothing or sharks when it comes to your love life as well, whether it's family, romance, friends, okay, even new people who you have yet to connect with, okay? So it's just warning you of a problem either now or in the future, letting you know that you should take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. Okay, maybe this is time to people who you're connected with, bonded with, some type of contract, a love, relationship, connection, marriage. It really all depends. Okay. You're very detailed. Thank you so much. Yeah, see, when I do reads, I like to make sure I'm satisfied and that I give you guys everything. That's why I be like getting drained, or I be in a reading for like hours, because I'm really like genuine like that, and I really want to help you guys and get a message across. And even sometimes in the future, I could come across the same message, you know, and it will be very beneficial, you know. So I just try to, you know, give you guys what I would want, and, you know, be honest and just whatever I feel. But I do thank you. I do thank you for that. All right, let's see. Oop. I'm going to move these out of the way really quick, because I was going to combine them and piece them together, but I feel like when I was explaining that, I feel like we pieced them together pretty much enough. So I'm going to just put these to the side, and I'll start on this other deck. Yeah, dogs are really significant. Cats and dogs. Then I'm thinking of it's raining cats and dogs. So yeah, that chaos energy, etc., sure be significant. All right, I may not pull a lot from here, but any more messages for the collective? Okay, now I'm being called to just, instead of shuffling them, to do it the other way. So, all right. Thank you for the feedback, Kazi. Nice name. That's a beautiful name. Thank you for the feedback, love. All right, we got Box. Love that for you. All right. Boxes actually could be significant, especially ones that look nice and decorative. Maybe you're a creative individual. Y'all need to really get into your creativeness, especially if you're having creative blocks, etc. Sometimes you're not, it's not blocked, it's just something being hindered, you know? Maybe going out into nature, hugging a tree, something can help you relieve this energy, right? Sound bowl healing, chakra balancing, anything really. It says you will receive a gift. You will receive a gift. Some of you guys are the gift, all right? But this doesn't discount, you know, you receiving a gift. You could be a gift and still receive a gift. But I just wanted to let you know, in case you forgot. All right, don't forget again now. You will receive a gift, even though you are a gift to the world and to other people who come across your energy. All right, even people who don't come across your energy, you still are a huge impact on the world overall. Okay, we have door here. It's funny because I picked up on this energy earlier. It says opportunities are waiting for you. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You just got to let go of the fears and take that leap of faith and go after things. Expand, step out of your comfort zone. You never know what you might come into. See, a lot of times we hold ourselves back from a life that we've always that we probably never dreamt of before, you know? So sometimes you got to put, you know, the sadness and the grief on the back burner. I'm not saying avoid it, ignore it, and not heal it. I'm just saying you got to get out of that energy and make sure there's nothing interfering with your blessings and things that, you know, you're meant to experience, because we do have free will, okay? Life is what you make it. We got the diamond here, okay? Period. It says you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. That's intense, right? Whether it's jewelry, whether it's something that's close to someone's heart, close to your heart, you or another person. So maybe you could be giving and receiving. Remember we picked up on that generosity, Six of Pentacles energy, giving and receiving. So this could be in any sense. Your gift, your presence a lot of time is the present. I don't know if y'all ever heard that. My presence is the present, okay? So it can be in any form, anyway. We got the boat coming out. Yachts, boats, very significant. Cruises, vacation, travel by water, very significant. Airplanes could be significant. All right. I did make a video recently that maybe some of you guys could be able to resonate with if you want to go check it out. Beetles are significant. With the boat energy, it says money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall could be significant. And remember, we did pick up on the energy of wealth and having problems or whatever the case may be. So this could be past, present, or even future energy. So if something was stolen from you, I feel like you're going to get it back times 10. Whether you create this for yourself or whether you're breaking the generational curses or learning valuable lessons when it comes to finance. Like, it could be anything, even getting, like I said, all of this money or inheritance or whatever it is back to you. All right, with interest. Okay, the month of the year that is significant is going to be January. Okay, the signs that are also born in January could be significant. I'm not sure if it's Capricorn. I do for sure know it's Aquarius. Okay, we got two cards coming out. Look, cat is coming out. And then we got the empty chair here. It says chair empty. So usually this energy signifies someone is leaving your life. Okay, whether you're moving on from someone or whatever the case may be, and it's coming out with a two-faced friend, whether it's past, present, or future energy. So confirmation that someone that's leaving your life is a two-faced friend. So that's good, right? I told you guys, whatever is meant to leave, allow it to. A lot of times it's just meant to go that way. All right, another month that could be very significant is June, or the zodiac signs of June can even be significant. I can't recall what zodiacs of June there is, but you guys can always do your own research. All right, we got the cup energy coming out. Remember we talked about criticism, so constructive criticism. It says you should accept valid criticism, this cup energy. Okay, don't be stubborn now. Remember we picked up on stubborn energy. Oh, a bouquet. So yeah, weddings could most definitely be significant. I know a lot of you guys, you're going to come into this soulmate union, break generational curses, create this happily family, white picket fence type of fairy tale dream life. It's going to be so beautiful. A lot of you guys are going to get married. You could have had the most horrible wedding from hell before, right? or marriage from hell, but I just feel like a lot of things are it's just a lot of great energy. Okay, it says compliments from an admirer. This can even be in a friendly platonic way, but past, present, future energy could be significant. Okay, compliments from an admirer. Okay, maybe you're going to be the one that's giving the compliment because you admire someone, or maybe this is going to be someone who's an admirer of you. Okay, we got candle here. Okay, it says you will be shown the way. Yes, love that. In the space of confusion, whatever, you will be shown the way. Okay, so trust that intuition and your clarity. All right, we got the hammock. The hammock. I'm telling you, you're coming into this peaceful, serene life. It's going to be beautiful. You just got to learn how to let go, take a leap of faith, expand, release your comfort zone, okay? Look, it says taking a vacation physically or mentally. I told that vacation, confirmation. It says taking a vacation physically or mentally. This is beautiful. I love that for you. For me too, okay? Because I just know this, of course, going to happen. We got the table here. It says hard work ahead, okay? You guys are going to be experiencing some hard work, but of course, you can do it, okay? Of course. Like, just think about all the other hard things that you went through. You didn't got through every single one of it, okay? Stop underestimating yourself and your abilities. I had told the collective the other day that I remember I would have never thought I would have been able to run a whole mile plus. Like, literally run. I didn't slow down. I didn't stop to take a break unless he allowed us to. And I literally ran the entire thing. Like, I don't know if y'all know how long or far a mile is. I was running forever. I was tired and everything, but I most definitely did it. So regardless, hard work ahead. Once again, don't look at messages as scary and fearful. Look, a lot of things are just turning weaknesses into strength. A lot of things are just helping you evolve, elevate, and come into this version of you that you're meant to come into. So once again, challenge your limits. Don't limit your challenges, okay? Now with the elephant here, some of y'all can resonate with the elephant in the room, okay? Maybe there's an elephant in the room. All right, but with this energy of elephant, it says a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. I just literally just said that. Okay? All right, we're going to switch into another deck soon. My phone is on 36%, and I want to make sure that because sometimes I'm used to ending the live when I'm not yet done wrapping up my messages and I'm still ready to give it, but my phone be on 1%. So I like how everything is happening smoothly. This is like a perfect read, like not just like what was coming out, but how everything is coming out. It's just flowing, and I'm not losing my train of thought and everything like that. So maybe that did happen once. No, I don't think it happened in this live. We got a woman here. Okay, it could be a feminine energy, or it could be an actual woman, female gender. Okay, whether this is you or someone else. It says dealings or relationship with a woman is going to be significant. Okay, now or in the future, or maybe this was some type of situation of the past. All right, but I really feel like it's like some type of future, maybe present energy, but most definitely it's not restricted or limited from past. Okay, just take it how it resonates for you. We got the rat coming out. It says someone working against you behind your back. So remember we picked up on that other energy when it was saying people working against you, whatever the case may be. So whomever this is, it could be that two-faced friend or whatever, somebody masquerading as a friend in your energy, someone working against you behind your back. And a lot of y'all, it could be right under your nose, right in your face. Because remember that Five of Swords energy, it talks about underhanded behavior, deceiving someone right under their nose. So past, present, and future energy could be significant. Okay, we got the chain here. It usually talks about a chain of events that will affect your life. Usually it doesn't determine if it's good or in a not so grand way, but regardless, take the good and the bad in your life. You know, a lot of times we just look at things in a negative perspective. I'm not saying that everything is not deemed as bad, but just know that something will affect your life in a way. I feel like regardless, this collective won't have any regrets. And this will just make you guys like wiser, whatever it may be. Like, don't get scared of the messages you hear, okay? A lot of times it's just giving you the reality of your life. Whatever you see coming out, maybe it could change. Maybe you have the ability to change it, especially since you're being aware of it right now. It's coming out ahead of time. Or, I lost my train of thought. Oh my goodness. I just talked about that. We got Reth. I believe that's the way you pronounce it, but you can see the spelling if you need to look it up. I always encourage you guys to look up words, even if you feel like you know what it is. Like, for example, a lot of us know what humble means, right? But I guarantee you, if at least one of you guys go and look up the word humble, you would have never thought that's what the definition was, okay? Now, I would pronounce this as wreath or wreath, so it's one of them, okay? But it says sorrow over a loss. Yeah, maybe it's going to be that two-faced friend that's going to be leaving your life. Because just because somebody was a two-faced friend, at the end of the day, they were a friend that you did not know was two-faced, you know? But it doesn't have to just apply to that. It can be any and every situation. But the main thing that I was seeing was surrounded that energy. So it makes sense that that could be what it's going to. That's what I mean by the cards that come out. They correspond with each other. And you'll be able to actually fit like what it will be talking about. I wouldn't have to actually confirm what it's talking about all the time. But it does say sorrow over a loss. And once again, this could be past, present, or future energy, right? Now, we got bird perched. Birds that are talking, singing can even be significant. It says waiting for news, package, or a letter. You could be awaiting this. Maybe someone else is. Okay. There's always messages to give, but I'm going to just pull a few more, maybe 3. Angel number 3 could be significant for you guys. 3 usually signifies creativity, collaboration, things coming together. And whatever you feel 3 may mean to you, maybe you can look it up. There go the sun. We got this major arcana that came out in the tarot. It says happiness and well-being. Love that. Love that. All right. We got an older man. So a woman, an older man, very significant in you guys' spread. And in tarot, we did get the Knight of Wands energy and everything like that. So a younger male can even be significant. It really all depends. And we even picked up on page energy, which usually talks about children or immature energy. So like different people, energies, personalities, etc. are coming out. But it says dealings or relationship with an older man. Okay. And then the barrel ended up falling out when I tried to put the deck down. It says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Okay, so whatever you need, that's the point. Because earlier I got called to pull you guys some of these soul truth energies, which is basically a self-awareness deck. It's really helpful for sure. So maybe this is just times to reflect on the inadequacy, the feeling incomplete, like whatever it is, so you can get down to the bottom of it. Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. All right, now another month of the year that's significant could be May. Okay, maybe some of you guys were born in June, May, January, right? Or the winter time, springtime. Is May spring or summer? It's probably spring. You have the winter, spring, or summer can still be significant. All right, or the zodiacs of May, which is Aries and Taurus. Okay, no, it's Gemini. Because I was like, hold on, Aries is like March and something else probably. Probably the month before March, February. But Taurus and Gemini is significant. Look, there go the cat again. Time to vacation. So heavy vacation, guys. Whether it's a physical vacation or a mental one, either way, they're both great, okay? Because that's what's going to help you guys clear out all that mental stuff you got going on. All right, we got the Ram. That's that stubborn energy was picking up on. And I just said Aries. You know, the symbolization of the Aries is the Ram. Okay. I'll see what these 3 cards says. We got the 4-leaf clover, which a lot of times people look at as luck. We got the club here, and I thought of actually a club, like events, party, whatever. And then we have lobster. Then I just thought of out to eat. But with the 4-leaf clover, it ties to great good fortune. With the club here, it's making me think of like motorcycle club, rebel, bullies. It ties to someone will try to make you do something against your will. Okay, and then we have the lobster here, which comes out to be financial pinch. Okay, so maybe you're this person with great good fortune, you're a lucky individual, and you could be dealing with a stubborn, aggressive individual who may try to make you do something against your will because they're in a financial pinch, or whatever the case may be, right? Maybe all of these don't have to go together. Maybe just these two can go together, or these three can go together, or they're all just separate, right? It doesn't matter. But that's what I was getting from that without really thinking, just intuitively. All right, it's very significant. Thank you so much, Queen, for the gifts. All right, last card, well, second to last card. On the back, we're going to do that one, and we're going to do the rabbit. So rabbits, bunnies, etc. could be significant. Furry friends. It says too much concern with sexual matters. Remember, we did pick up on that lustful energy, or we did talk about sexuality and everything like that. Maybe we should just drop the whole gender roles and the homophobic energy. Oh, you're gay, okay, and all that stuff, right? Aside from that, rabbit energy is just significant, which signifies too much concern with sexual matters, okay? That could be you, it could be someone else, okay? Make sure you don't carry on any lustful energy, okay? It's not healthy, it's not good. And it actually, you're not actually embodying this divine essence. That's what I personally feel. All right, we got broken wishbone. Some people believe that you can actually have like this sexual like energy in a more higher way, a more divinely way, you know. I guess it really all depends on our own beliefs, right? Because what you believe in is what really creates your reality, right? Your thoughts, your beliefs, what you do or don't do, I guess, is what really creates your reality. So I guess it's just all about what you believe in, which is gonna be how you perceive things and everything else, right? And how you operate in the world. Now, with the broken wishbone, it says wish will not be granted. I don't know if I did come across the wishbone. I think it passed my eyesight, but I didn't speak on it, or I didn't take it out. I'm not sure. And then a gush of a smell just came like in my mouth and nose area. It's like some type of smoke or black and mild smell. That could be significant for you guys. I don't know if you guys are smoking. Don't do anything that's bad for you. All right, I'm not going to tell you what to do in your life, but usually the healthier route is eating something like edibles or whatever the case may be. I never encourage anybody doing anything that's of substance or alcohol or whatever. But if you're going to do it, then make sure you do things in a healthier way. Don't overindulge. That's how it becomes addictions. And, you know, just don't do it in an unhealthy way, which smoke does not belong in the lungs. Now, with the broken wishbone, it says wish will not be granted. So we can confirm what this energy is talking about. And then we got the pen here. So it could be tied to a new job or career, but it did come out in the reverse. All right. Confirm this broken wishbone. What is this wish that will not be granted? What is this wish that will not be granted? So a lot of you guys, it doesn't have to tie to a new job or a career. A wish that will not be granted could be tied to some type of opportunity that is waiting for you. On the back with the broken ring, it says parting of the ways in either romance or business. So maybe this could tie to some type of business situation or romantic situation where you wish for something but it won't be granted. Be mindful, one door that closes, another opens, okay? Look at things in a sense of it's not happening to you, but for you, or maybe encouraged to take a different approach. Look at it from a higher perspective, right? Maybe this was that situation where I had mentioned an opportunity was missed, but it's coming back around. So you don't have to think whatever this is that it's like permanent and constant. You know, things can change, but it can really be in any situation. And then now I'm seeing the unsuccessful outcome to a problem, which was from the other deck over there. So and we have happiness, but I feel like regardless, it's not going to interfere with your happiness, because this is not something that's necessarily nothing is able to bring you happiness outside of yourself, whether it's a career, whether it's a person. Happiness is within you. Already have to be fulfilled and at peace and everything else. So don't worry, whatever this is, it doesn't matter. That's like losing $20. Some people may feel like, oh my gosh, I lost $20. But in actuality, anything that you lose could be a sign that, well, apparently it wasn't that important, right? But I don't feel like whatever this is going to interfere with something that's actually more important, you know? And then look, now we got the needle and thread. It says a sincere wish will be granted. So maybe this was a wish that wasn't even as something that you really even wanted for real. You know, it wasn't as close to your heart or as sincere or whatever the case may be. But a wish that is sincere, however, it will be granted. Okay, and now this card, what is this? It says protected from negative forces beyond your control. With the cobweb here, you could be seeing spider webs, roses, or spiders. Okay, and it's also here with the broom. Maybe some of you guys, spring cleaning could be significant, maybe needing to tidy up something. All right, dust. It says new home, new attitude. Love that for you. Love that for you. So period. This is really beautiful energy. I feel like you're going to get everything you want and deserve in this life. Sometimes it just takes effort and a leap of faith. All right, that's all for that deck. Gonna put that on back up over there. I was called to pull you guys these, so I'll just pull one card because it's like it comes with a guidebook, and some guidebooks I probably wouldn't read. I'll just use my intuition, but others I'll most definitely like possibly read, and I'm most definitely gonna read this one. Okay. All right, on the back it says Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch, which ties to count your blessings. That's the energy of gratitude right there, and it's coming out with the number 1. Somebody with blue eyes could be significant. Darkness under the eyes or bags under the eyes could be significant. Maybe that's mascara from somebody crying. Okay, I'm seeing a whole lot of eyes. Maybe there could be a whole lot of eyes watching, surveillance. This can even be spirits, because when I just did that, it looked like it was some like spirits or something going on back there. All right. Halloween or the month of October, pumpkins could be very significant. Whether it was the last month or October of 2026. This says Fairy of the Divine Hand. It ties to intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. Exactly. Go through life sober. Okay? Go through life sober. Now, it's fine if you want to dibble and dabble and whatever you want to dibble and dabble, but make sure you're doing it in a healthy way. No overindulgence. Nothing that's like bad for you. Right? But I'm telling you, I was sober throughout different areas and times of my life, and I actually prefer that, because why not? All right, any more messages here for the collective? Because little do you know, some things can actually cause you to have a distorted view or perception, or you know, whatever the case may be. All right, can I have a card for the collective? We may get 2, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll just try to give you guys one card. We may do 2, we may. All right, can I have a card for the collective? On the front, it says, it's the same energy that we read with the intoxication energy. On the back, we got the number 6. When it comes into tarot, right, usually the 5 will signify the problems, not enough solutions, the challenges, the questions, not a lot of answers, right? But the 6 ties to the solutions, the answer to the questions, the, you know, solutions to the problems, right? It talks, the autumn or fall time could be significant. It says, autumn is my last chance, or maybe the name Autumn. And when I just read Autumn is my last chance, it made me think that somebody was doing something because they feel like, well, this is my last chance, this is my last hope, I'm gonna try to do this, this is, you know. So I don't know if some of you guys been in that energy, but know that you always have many opportunities, many things that you could do. Okay, it's not just that one thing or that 20th thing. There's always many things. Okay, sometimes it just takes a shifted perspective, and a lot of times you can come into that by just stillness. Okay, sometimes it be too much going on in your head and your world and everything else, so where you just gotta sit and be still so that you can get more clear on your intuition and everything. But it says, please don't lose hope. Okay, because a lot of times your thoughts manifest into your reality, etc. So just make sure you guys don't lose hope. All right, mermaids could be very significant to you, water spirits, or maybe you love the water. or whatever the case may be. That's your habitat, natural habitat. But this says sewer mermaid. Okay, it says your sensuality is beautiful. And I feel like with that sewer energy, which, you know, of course, sewer is like yucky, right? It's given like, regardless, you may went through a lot of crap, of this, of that, but your heart is still pure as gold. Okay, now the one card that I'm going to be doing for you guys is Marie Masquerade. It talks about glamour, intrigue, and drama. It's signifying the angel number 14. Okay, so the 14th card in tarot could be significant. Now let's go ahead and see what the guidebook is wanting us to know. Allergies could be significant. All right, now there's going to be 3 different parts to this message. Okay, it's going to tell you about Marie Masquerade. It's also going to tell you she's also going to give you a message. So it's going to be Marie Masquerade speaks, and it's also going to give a divination message. Okay, so when it comes to this energy about Marie Masquerade, which once again ties to glamour, intrigue, and drama. You know, she reminds me of the theme of like the Great Gatsby. You know, I don't know if you guys seen the Titanic, but back in those times where people used to wear these type of fancy clothing, it's very significant. They do their hair in like these big waves, right? Marie is very much like the famed Queen of France, Marie Antoinette. France could be significant. Paris, London. Okay, she is stylish and delightful, always finding a new, fascinatingly creative ways to amuse herself. Wherever she is, there is decadence and style. If I'm not pronouncing that right, it's spelled Decadence. All right, so wherever she is, there is a decadence or decadence in style, truly glamorous moments and lavish entertainments. But even she knows she is simply amusing herself, and that there is a hole at the center of her being where she wishes she were loved for who she truly is and could rely only on her talent and style to express herself and not be judged for this. Yeah, see, some of you guys, you may be that strong friend. You show up, be the life of the party, the class clown, whole time. You're going through a lot within. You may not look like what you've been through. It says, to be her friend is no problem at all, as long as you remain truly yourself. Only being, see, this could be of your energy. Like maybe you don't mind being friends with anyone as long as they're authentic, you know, as long as they're real. She says this is about her. This is not what she says, but it says only being with her has somehow made you wish to be more like her. Okay, maybe people want to be like you as much as they be around you. Maybe this is even your own energy. Okay, connecting with this spirit or Miss Marie or Mary Masquerade. Look beneath the mask and the beauty and the exquisite stylings and see into her heart. Okay, so completely the opposite of shallowness. Be her friend and be her companion, but never forget who you are and what is important to you. Wow. Okay, now when Miss Marie Masquerade speaks, feathers could be significant, stones, pearls, shells, okay, the beach. She says, someone is about to invite you to be involved in something very intriguing. And this person will act you in ways that are ever so charming. So the temptation will be ever so strong. Now, temptation, we already said, be mindful of temptation, haste, and desperation, okay? Because this person is beautiful and talented and powerful, you are flattered. But the truth is, you run the risk of paying a very high price for this brush with fame or glory. So this could be a person that you come across. Be sure that the politics and the intrigues are ones you truly wish for in your life, because there is often a sacrifice that must be made, and many consequences are currently hidden from you. It is tempting, no doubt, but it may not be within your best interest to pursue this strange, slightly tainted offer that will be made. Interesting. Now, this could be in any form of your life, especially when it comes to people offering you something or you taking on an offer. Tie it to career, tie it to love, tie it to life overall. Okay, just, I'm sure you will know. Okay, be mindful of fear and worry. So that's why you're going to have to trust in your intuition. Now, the divination message when you see this is there is gossip and intrigue around a person you admire and wish to be like in some way. And reverse the roles by all means. If you know, maybe some of y'all this hasn't happened yet, so you like, oh no, this not, or maybe this is just not your message, or maybe, like I said, switch the roles around, and maybe you're going to be the person, just switch it around. So once again, there is gossip and intrigue around a person you admire and wish to be like in some way. This person has need of a true friend and not the need of an admirer. This card can come up when you experience jealousy and envy of those you feel are undeservingly, this is in parentheses, undeservingly more successful and beloved than you are. The message is to focus on your own hard work and to create your own style. If you are the subject of such gossip, know you cannot control what is said about you. Live your life and move through this with grace. When Marie Masquerade comes up, there are some people around who want to befriend another, but simply for the influence. Wow, it's giving clout hungry. It is not coming from the heart. Ingenuine. And despite her beauty and success, anyone in Marie's position needs true friends. Okay, it's giving your Marie. Okay, just applying how it fits. Look inside and see if you have attempted to network instead of befriend. Know the difference. Do not keep false friends. Fair weather friends. Be true to your own vision as opposed to what is currently fashionable and considered desirable. Creating rather than following. Wow. So I'm going to get a little bit of confirmation on this energy in case any of you guys are a bit confused. Okay, so can you please confirm more of this Marie Masquerade energy, this glamour, intrigue, drama energy, why it may be coming out? Okay. Confirm this Marie Masquerade energy with this divination message. Okay, we got the Hierophant, which ties to commitments, lessons, values. Remember, we talked about whatever you're doing, make sure it's in alignment with your dreams, goals, and values, who you are. Okay, not the old version of yourself, this newfound version of yourself. That's the authentic version of yourself. I'm kind of scared to say that for some of you guys. All right, on the back of the deck, we have the Five of Wands, which talks about competition, chaos, not necessarily chaos. It can be chaos, especially when it comes to communication, action, hostile energy, arguments, right? A fiery energy, Leo energy could be significant. Taurus energy is here. Okay. Tell me more about this Marie Masquerade energy, especially the divination message. Okay, now on the back we have the Ace of Wands. So a lot of fiery energy. And then we have the Nine of Swords, which ties to anxiety, a lot of mental anguish and worry, anxiety, very intense anxiety. I think I said that already. Confirm the Nine of Wands. This can tie to family with the Ten of Pentacles here, some type of something that you're working on, some type of hobby or something, a choice, deciding to stay or leave something. And this apathy energy, the Four of Cups energy, be mindful of missing out on opportunities being in this energy. Yeah, it can tie to a lump sum of money with that Nine of Wands energy. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles that came out, which is the promise of new beginnings in earthly matters, whether it's prosperity, new job, new home. And remember, we talked about like what this person has, you know. So this could just be confirming more of like what the person has, what's coming to this person, like this wealthy energy, you know, and people only wanted to be around you, or you only wanted to be around this person, not because of genuine energy, but just because of, you know, you want to be like them. You're kind of jealous of their accomplishments, you know, but it does take you working on things, creating things. Anybody can be successful, you know. A lot of people don't just get things handed out to them. So, you know, be mindful if this is your energy. If not, this is someone that you may be coming into connection with, or who you're already energetically tied to some way, somehow in this present moment. Maybe past energy could just be significant. I'm not sure. It's your life. You know your life better than anyone. I'm just the messenger. Applying the messages how they fit. Yeah, you see how this person is looking? Something being handed to someone, which it can even be handed to them, but they're so stuck in this energy and this jealousy and everything else. They don't even notice the 4 cups that are right here. They looking at somebody else's blessing. And this person is just happy to start on something new, deciding on things, their path and everything, working on things. So be mindful of chaos, magic, confusion, etc. Because people can low-key be, you know, just... this energy can be like this because people are just jealous and, you know, probably having certain thoughts, negative thoughts. You think your friend's sleeping with your baby daddy? Damn. That stings. That stings. But look, I made a video, right? Your worth does not, like, just whatever somebody does to you, it does not determine your worth. Okay? And a lot of times, if you don't know for sure if that's going on, don't even cause yourself the trauma. Okay? It's unnecessary trauma. I even made a video that says, whatever someone is doing behind your back, you don't need to know what they're doing. You protect it naturally, okay, regardless, right? But that ain't gonna do nothing for you but bring you trauma, depression, especially if you're gonna get hurt by it, you know? So just know whatever somebody doing, whether they talking to a friend behind your back, that's betrayal. Whether somebody cheats on you, that's betrayal and pain. All right? It does not dictate who you are as a person, your worth, etc. You can be the most amazing person in the world and somebody could still cheat on you. Okay? So don't let things affect you. Also, don't stress yourself out with things that you don't actually have proof on. But yeah, you can always ask if that's going on. Either they can tell the truth or they can lie. Okay? Maybe if you feel like this is more of your intuition instead of fears or worries and trauma and insecurities, then just cut the friend off and the baby dad too. But just know, a lot of times, this doesn't mean that you weren't worthy. This doesn't mean that you weren't all that in a bag of chips. This doesn't mean that the other person was better than you. A lot of times it just shows what demons or issues that the other person has. You know, like, oh, they have a sex addiction. Oh, they don't understand the deepness of friends, family, etc. To the point to where, you know, sometimes people's heart chakra gets blocked off when they're in their childhood. You know, they don't get to blossom into this version that they could have blossomed into. So they become more of this, you know, hateful, hurtful, horrible individual, you know? But don't take things personal. Don't take things personal. A lot of times it's easier said than done. But y'all got this, okay? You got this. Don't forget, you guys, I do mentorships, life coaching, wellness coaching. I do it all, honey. I'm a wise counsel. All right? So feel free to make sure you give me a follow so you won't ever... so you can be able to see me again, you know? Remember, if you guys have any questions, concerns, anything you need advice on, you can always reach out to me. I do charge for advice, but a lot of times I'm willing to give things for free. I do always accept donations, though. So if you guys have any advice that you're needing or seeking, you can put it in the chat and I'll try my best to answer it for you. If I feel like you need to get on the list, get a session of advice or anything like that, then I'll also let you know. But I'll still try my best to give you whatever of my knowledge or wisdom that I have. All right. But that was a little bit of what I was seeing. I think I want to put you guys one more. But if you guys are interested in this deck, then just make sure you get a personal and request this deck. Okay? Because I don't want to, like, drain a lot more of my energy. And then we have guidance on the back. It says, but where will it lead you? Interesting. These are very great oracles. Okay, the bowel movements or gas could be significant. Passing gas, something of the stomach, gastrointestinal, ... All right, this was one of the oracle cards that I had got. This was my first oracle deck. My first tarot deck was this one. We had used this earlier. So I'm going to pull you guys some of these. And I may pull some other oracles to get more into that love stuff. Especially because, yeah, okay, we got 22%. It also comes with a guidebook if you guys want to get this. It's the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses guide deck. All right, can I have some messages for the collective? There could be some things that are hidden from you guys as well. Like maybe there's some secrets. There's some truth that hasn't been revealed. All right, it's being concealed. But regardless, you got bigger and better things going on. You got bigger fish to fry. Okay? You're literally a blessing to the world. You can't be wasting your time on low-level energies. All right? People will get their karma. You will get your justice. Just move accordingly and protect your, you know, your energy, your heart, your dreams, goals, and aspirations. All right? Indulge in what's good for you. Wow, this is supposed to be in the other deck. It says, which at the end of the world. It says, an important end, a new beginning. Exactly. Hourglasses could be significant. All right, so any more messages here for the collective? All right, any more messages here? Alrighty, on the front, it says, Angel of Guidance. A renewed sense of direction and purpose will soon manifest. If it hasn't already, okay? I added if it hasn't already. Now, this stars on her head. I usually see people with those stickers, and it'd be like stars on their face and stuff. Or they put little diamonds on their third eye and stuff like that. That could be significant. Witchy energy, your angels guiding you are significant. Okay, we're going to have to cover her up. This is the Angel of Clearing. Okay. Your time of waiting and confusion. All right, so with the Angel of Clearing, your time of waiting and confusion will soon be over. Okay, I absolutely love these. All right, on the back of the deck, we got the Angel of Communication. What are those outfits that are kind of like transparent? You can kind of see through them. I think it starts with an S. But the Angel of Communication, even like suede or silk could be significant, but I can't think of what it's called. It says, communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Exactly. Speak your truth. Stand up for yourself, honey. All right, now we have the, gotta cover her on up. We got the Angel of Expression, honey. Some of y'all just don't, you just be expressing yourself. Some people may feel like how you express yourself is inappropriate, it's too revealing. Okay, maybe you're the type to wear clothes like this, they got the buzz like this. Some people think it, I just feel like you being yourself. I don't feel like you're operating from lust or this or that, you know. People's perception of you, that's their own fault. All right, but this Angel of Expression ties to speak your truth and express yourself clearly. So it's a lot of throat chakra energy going on. Hi, Ann. Thank you for double tapping. All right. Twins could be significant. Double moon energy. All right. This is the Goddess of Strength. Okay. It says, stand up for what you believe. You will gain respect by holding your ground. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, see, you see how one card came out, and then when we read the other one, they really were like connected. And then when another card came out, and then another one did, they both corresponded. It was, for example, one came out referring to the throat chakra, another came out talking about the throat chakra. So heavy, intense energy of speaking up, standing up for yourself, whatever the case may be. All right, but that's pretty much for what I'm seeing for you guys in this deck. Let's see if we can get another energy. Thank you, love. Thank you. for sharing. We got 32. You guys, we haven't made it to 50K. Okay, if we get 25K more likes, we can make it to 50.6K. If we all help each other, we can get there. Okay, we can get there. See, we already at 25.7. We just did like 25.4 or 5 or something. 255. 831 on the clock. I got a 19% battery. 1910 could be significant. 199. 919. And then I thought of 911, but you don't have to resonate with every angel number I'm saying. Maybe I should pull you guys some angel numbers. All right, any more messages here for the collective? I feel like you guys been holding things together, okay? A corset could be significant. All right, on the front, we got, that's still the goddess of strength. We already read that. On the back, we have the angel of addiction healing. So some of you guys can actually be experiencing some type of addiction, or maybe someone in your energy, okay? And addictions doesn't have to just be substance, etc. It can be anything, right? Like how if you have obsessions, it could be codependency issues, or maybe that can even be a sign of addiction. I'm not really, I don't know, my brain ain't working right now, but the angel of addiction, okay, snakes could be significant. Look at the image. Other people, energy pulling on yours, or vice versa, to where y'all are causing each other to, like, it's like, for instance, seeing one person on live, they get the vaping, and next thing you know, you start vaping. Like, but it says this is a time of positive transformation and healing. Exactly. Anything that's not good, like the whole smoking stuff and the drinking stuff, like, let's take a different approach this time around. You already tried going down that path that's not really doing anything for you, okay? So just release things, okay? It's okay. Now, the angel of the universe is our last card from this deck. And with this right here, it kind of looks like it's paint on her face. And you know how people do the body paint thing, body sculpture, but mainly the body paint? Something about this could be significant, and it's blue. Crown chakra, throat chakra could be significant. I think the crown chakra is purple. So throat chakra, it could be significant. It says you are being encouraged to expand your thinking. That can even be when it comes to your hobbies, when it comes to your thought, anything really. Okay, let's see. I actually like pulling from these, so we're gonna pull some more. Let's see. He said, I'm finding beauty in the silence. I'm finding beauty in the silence. Any more messages here for the collective? 188, 888. All right, on the front, we just read that one. That was the angel of the universe. On the back, we got the angel of relaxation. It says, let go of a desired outcome, or let go of desired outcomes, and you will get what you want. Okay? You will get what you want. You won't have to worry about the disappointment and blah, blah, this and that. All right? Any more messages here for the collective? And then I'm seeing the angel of joyfulness. Something wondrous and magical is about to happen. All right? She has wings as well. Butterflies are significant. Maybe you could feel like a human butterfly or something of the sort, an earth angel, okay? Any more messages for the collective? The show or movie Wicked could be significant, especially because I'm looking back at this little witch and she's green. Okay, any more messages for the collective? Thank you. All right, on the back, we read that already. Let's see what's on the front. Okay, we read that one already. Okay, so these are going to be the last 3 cards, you guys. Now, this is the angel of manifestation. Your efforts, determination, and perseverance have paid off. Love that for you. All right, now with the angel of finances, okay? If you guys can help Queen double tap the screen, that would be great. If your fingers are tired, don't worry about it then. Thank you, guys. Now, it says honor and give thanks for the blessings you're about to receive. Okay, you can literally do that right now. Like, thank you, God, for the blessings I'm about to receive. It's you know, it don't have to be too long. It don't have to be too short either, but it's about the intentions. Like, of course, you're genuine, right? So as long that's all that matters. Live with purpose and intent. Now with the angel of support, love that, love that. The universe has heard your silent call for help. I don't know what you prayed for, what you manifested, what happened, but they heard. They heard. Things are happening. Things are coming through. Okay, they could have already given you some type of advice. Remember how we talked about letting go of the desired outcomes and everything like that? Or they could actually be meeting you with things that you want, because the universe wants to bless you with any and everything that you know you want. Right? There's always many, many messages to give, but I'm going to keep it at that within that deck. I'm going to try to move forward into my other love oracles and personal decks that I created myself, so we can get some confirmation messages, and then I'll be getting off of live. You're always still free to get on the list. Even when I'm no longer on live, I'll just do your message as a personal, whether it's video, text, and don't worry, it's not just going to be like me texting you in your DM and then send you your reading. I get creative, and it's still going to be in depth, and it's still going to be just as accurate as if it would have been if you weren't on live or in person or whatever the case may be. I actually do prefer to do the readings off of live, especially because a lot of other people's energy like be coming across the messages. That's how other people be able to like resonate with y'all readings. I still feel like you'll still get an accurate message regardless, but just saying, just saying. Okay, let's put these decks up. Okay, I thought I was going to use these tarot decks, so I put them up here to the side, but looks like we're not going to use them today. All right. Yeah, some of y'all, you went through a lot of deceit, trickery, and pain in the past, and I feel like that's why you are showing up in this cautioned energy. You know, because there were people like literally in your energy, right under your nose, people who you didn't even expect to be doing you dirty, like they've done you dirty, like literally right under your nose. So I get it, honey, but you gotta, you know, release those things, release that, okay? Because y'all got some soulmate energy that's trying to come through. You know, you don't want to be all in this confused, cautious, whatever energy, you know, or even in the energy to hurt this individual. You know, sometimes hurt people do hurt people. All right. Yeah. Embarking on that new journey. Let go and release any and everything that's keeping you from actually coming into this free-spirited, liberating new beginning. Thank you so much for double tapping the screen, Queen, the shares and everything. Yeah, the autumn time is very significant. Yeah, make sure you're looking closer to something. Be careful. Inspect something a bit more. Okay. What is this pertaining to? What is this looking closer pertaining to? So this could be pertaining to a situation that you may end up regretting. Okay, know that you have many, many options. This can also tie to freedom, free will, romance or unconditional love. And then I'm seeing 50-50 energy. It can also tie to the map, exploration, finding your own way. New perspectives, directions, unknown destination, new territory. Prepare. Okay, soulmates. Tenderness, best friends, infinite love, accidents happen, leave it in the past, cannot be changed, disappointed, clean up time, let it go, minor problems. Okay, yeah, so this could be something that's minor that could become a huge, big thing if you continue to bring it forward in this new era. Okay, so be mindful of haste, etc. Trust in your intuition. If you need more clarity and want to get more clarity on it, make sure you do get a personal, you guys. Be mindful, all messages don't have to be for you. Take only what resonates. Okay. Alright, can I have some messages for the collective, whether it's new people or anything that's interfering with their energy, okay? Anything that needs to be shown, known. This could be how somebody else feels about you. Okay, this is the Messages of Love Oracle deck. I may just pull 3. There could have been some unexpected outcome that happened in your connection or that will happen in the future. May I please have more messages for the collective? Whether you're with this person right now, separated, never met them, just apply how it fits. All right, we got space. Okay, either you or someone else needs more time to think. So I feel like that's probably why you guys need space, taking space. Okay, but it says, I need more time to think. Somebody could be giving you space because they need more time to think. Maybe you're needing space or operating in this energy because you need more time. This song is by ELMIENE. It's called By Now. All right. Then I'm seeing Irreplaceable on the back of the deck. All right. Any more messages for the collective? Ooh, that's a lot. All right. We got Commitment on the back. It says, I want you to be a part of my future. Remember we talked about the energy of being mindful of people who are just in your energy to reap like what you have, or if they're jealous and they want to be like you. So just be mindful. We got time here. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. That's how somebody feels, or maybe that's how you feel. We got Habits coming out again. It says, I don't know if we will ever change. Maybe you feel like you don't know if you and this person will ever change, especially when y'all come together. Maybe vice versa. This is how somebody else feels. I'm seeing confusion as well. All right, 144 on the clock. It says, I feel unclear about where we stand. Okay, so it's probably why people are giving you space or vice versa. Okay, we got Secrets. I haven't told you everything. All right, either you or this other person or both. It could be your energy, someone else's, or both of you guys. All right. This also can tie to multiple areas of your love life. It doesn't just have to tie to romantic connections, but we do know romance is very significant in your life, whether it's new people, whatever. Past, present, and future energy could be significant as well. But these messages are not limited from platonic connections. All right, now we have unfinished business. We still have things to resolve and discuss. Maybe this is how you feel. Maybe this is how someone else feel, or maybe outside of your own energy, God itself can see that you guys still have some unfinished business, right? A lot of times it doesn't mean reconcile. It just means giving y'all selves closure, okay? But do whatever you want. It's your life. We have Chemistry. I have never felt a passion this intense, okay? And then I also see Unworthy. Remember we talked about the energy of feeling like somebody is undeserving of something? So it says, you're a better person than I am. Maybe this is how somebody feels towards you, or you feel towards them, or vice versa. Or what I meant to say was, or both of you guys could feel this way. All right. Last card is, well, second to last card is Overwhelmed. The stress from this is draining me. Maybe that's why some of y'all needed some space. Okay. The love may be there, but maybe there's secrets. Okay. The chemistry may be there, but maybe the other person feels unworthy. Maybe they have certain habits, you know. Maybe when y'all get together, it's not working. So maybe this is just a time for self. Maybe you guys just need to grow apart and come into your own individuality and date new people, right? Or just try to heal individually and then come together. Like, it really, whatever you want to do. Look, we got Soul Tie here. I always feel connected to you. That's what that energy says. Okay? So that could be a confirmation to you, especially if y'all don't really know where y'all stand with someone, or, you know, vice versa. Just switch it around if you have to. Gotta move a little quicker, you guys, because now my phone is on 12%. Now I just thought of the number 6. Maybe 6 could be significant. Maybe people are healing from certain addictions and obsessions. We got Closed Off on the back. some messages here for the collective. All right. Any more messages here for the collective? Yep. All right. Closed off. Either you or them or both. Someone is not emotionally available, could be distracted, or could still be closed off because of some type of hurt in the past. All right. On the back of the deck, we got cuts both ways. So you or this other person could have good and bad aspects of themselves. All right. It says mixed blessing and division. We also have mirror. This could be something that you're aware of, or maybe that you're needing to be aware of. It says reflects your own issues. Like attracts like. We did talk about this energy earlier, especially when I mentioned twin flame energy. And aside from this, a similar energy could be you reflect back to people who they are, how they show up, and they reflect back to you what you need to work on. But a lot of times, in another aspect of mirroring, you could actually reflect, somebody can actually reflect your own issues that you may have. Next thing you know, you're picking up on jealousy, etc., because this person possibly could have made you feel jealous, but this just is helping you reflect on your own issues that you have. Because just because you're jealous within this one situation, this means maybe you may have some type of jealous aspect in other areas of your life when it comes to even outside of romance, right? So I'm also seeing crushed here. You are hurting emotionally right now. You need time to heal before you jump in again, especially with whoever this person is. So I really just feel like y'all should just go y'all separate ways, especially because now it's not the right time to reconcile. You're still hurt from a situation, or maybe they are. All right, take it how it resonates. We got exposed. Yeah. It says fragile heart, too open, in danger of heartbreak. Okay, past, present, future energy for all the energies by all means. But you could be a person that's hopeless romantic, wear your heart on your sleeve. You need to turn those weaknesses into strengths. You need to set firmer boundaries. You need to give the love that you're wanting from other people to yourself. You need to learn how to be emotionally independent and stand firm in your own energy, regardless if you don't have friends, support, this, and that. You need to learn how to still be able to maneuver in the world. You came into this world alone, you will die that way. All right, it's always great to have the friends and the healthy relationships and the support, but when you don't have them, it's important to build this independence to where you won't need it or be in desperation of it, or you can still exist and live and be whole without it. I hope you don't think that a person can come in and fill that void. I hope you don't think that getting that car or winning that $1 million lottery ticket will do anything. Okay, now the last card we have is It Takes Two. Okay, remember we talked about this in the other energy. Okay, it says someone is not committed. All right, there's some type of incompatibleness going on. Okay, it says conflicted. Confirm this, it takes two. So yeah, there's some type of conflicting energies going on. Probably this push-pull dynamic going on. We got drowning. It says you are going under and barely keeping things afloat. Ask for help. That's why it takes two. You can't be doing all this on your own. That's like being emotionally intelligent and connecting with somebody who's emotionally mature. Sometimes you got to ask yourself, does this connection align with me, my goals, my values, my dreams, etc.? You know, if you're a person that's honest and you connect with a liar and y'all love each other, you be trying to make it work, but it just ain't given, you know? You got to respect that. You got to honor how you feel, okay? And you got to just pay attention to the reality, not what you want or the potential or all this other stuff. You got to really pay attention to the reality. That can actually keep you from constantly getting your heart broke. Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate you. Yeah, I feel like y'all said bye because of the red flags. Maybe vice versa. All right. Any more messages here for the collective? Hi, Cass. All right. Distractions. Lustful energy. All right, it says temptation, always busy, kept you waiting, could be very significant. On the back of the deck, I was getting this energy, push and pull. All right, power struggles, imbalance, stubbornness. All right, rock bottom is here. Karma, jail or legal issues, life falling apart. Hey, people got to get that karma. Any and everybody. Red flags. So pay attention to the signs, all right? Pay attention to the red flags. It talks about cheating, deception. Be mindful. If people have similar traits of these things, you may want to be mindful. A lot of times you need to think about the long-term responsibilities, right? A lot of times we live in just the now and sometimes the past, but we got to think about the future. Like, is this person going to be sane enough, mentally, emotionally stable enough to have a family, to tend to me when I'm at a certain point in time, to etc. You just got to think about those things, okay? I understand you love people, this and that, but you got to make sure they're in alignment with who you are. An honest person needs an honest person, not a liar. A vulnerable being who's genuine needs a being who's trustworthy, you know? Not someone who's sneaky and deceitful. You can't be thinking about, oh, maybe they'll change. And you got to do what's best for you, because you can't keep on just experiencing in life and letting people experiment in your life. Or you experiment, but not really getting the good end of the stick, honey. Right? An appearance that someone could have is moles or beauty marks. It could be you or someone else who's significant in your reading. Water sign energy could be significant, because I just thought about telling you guys to drink water. All right, somebody that's jealous could be significant. Marriage is here. Okay. Things that you can do to help with your heart chakra is anonymously write a heartfelt note to a stranger. Put it on their car, put it on their door or something. All right. Yeah, unfinished business came out. Maybe this is somebody who planned on marrying you or wanted to have a future with you and like all this other stuff, but maybe there's something getting in the way. Maybe y'all broke up, maybe whatever the case may be. But you just got to do what's best for you right now. Regardless if these things weren't going on, you guys still are not in the best energy for a lot of you guys to deal like with these type of people. So either they need to change, become better, or you need to change, become better, both of y'all. Or y'all need to just go y'all separate ways. And maybe in divine timing, y'all come back around. Or maybe you'll just meet somebody new who's more in alignment with you already. All right? It's not fair to you to wait around on somebody just because you love them. You know? You can love other people, but you can still love you as well. It doesn't mean that you love anybody any less. It just means that you love yourself, you know, more. All right? The month of April could be significant. All right, I'm seeing chained and anchored. All right. On the back, it says Illinois, Mississippi, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia are states or locations that are very significant. And on the front, once again, we got jealous. And behind that, it says, I was hurt by you. Maybe this is something that could have been vocalized or felt from a person, whether it was you or someone else. The month of April could be significant, whether it was past April, decade ago April, next year April. All right? Or the signs of who were born in April, which is Aries and Taurus. All right? It says it's hard to stay mad at you. Let's link. Could have been people who you got mad at, disconnected from, but you got over it, reconnected, right? Could have been a lot of back and forth, makeup, breakup energy. That's not healthy, okay? We got energy vampire here. Some of y'all sleeping with the enemy. You wonder why your energy is drained. It's because a lot of times it's a one-sided connection, or the other person is not as committed as you, whether it's not as committed into working things out, being committed, and it can be anything, right? That's what makes it difficult. Relationships aren't hard. People make them that way, all right? Marriage coming out again. It's very significant. Y'all deserve the white picket fence and that type of lifestyle. Can you actually be honest and say, if you can have this with somebody, you got to stop self-sacrificing and having your heart on your sleeve. That's why you get hurt the way that you do, because your heart is so big and it's so pure. But you got to be mindful. You got to set boundaries. It's okay to love people from a distance. It's okay to break up with people who you wanted to see your future in your life with, because little do you know, one door that's closing, another one that is opening that is more in alignment with you. All right, I'm seeing support yourself or others here. 9 times out of 10, if you're like this selfless being, 9 times out of 10 it's talking about supporting yourself. All right, it says you may be feeling trapped. Confirmation with the chained or anchored energy. So some of you guys, you may be feeling chained or anchored or tied down or trapped within a situation. Remember that this is self-imposed. You're never trapped. Free yourself. You're safe. You're protected. Don't fear leaving. Don't feel guilty for it either. My baby daddy in jail. Oh, ja. People, you know, people got their own lives and everything. He go to jail. You don't gotta suffer for it. You know, you're not in jail. Now, by all means, people love to hold everybody down and be the Bonnie and Clyde, but you gotta ask yourself, is this connection healthy? Is it toxic? Did this person hurt me emotionally and mentally, etc.? Or, you know, did we both have things, whatever. Regardless, I feel like just don't feel guilty and do what's best for you guys. I'm not telling you not to go back to your ex. I'm not telling you not to give people the time of day who hurt y'all and all this other stuff. I'm just saying, though, do these connections and relationships align with this new version of you? Or is it bringing you back to a past version of you? All of a sudden, you're coming into obsessions, addictions, and picking up on their own habits and like all of this other stuff, right? Okay, we got unfinished business. Okay, not having closure is also closure. Sometimes we feel like something is unfinished just because we're not satisfied with how something ended. But look, sometimes we are also the co-creator, okay? Now, once again, to do something that can help balance out your heart chakra, you can anonymously write a heartfelt note to a stranger. Like, I'm ecstatic you exist. I seen you the other day and you were shining. Okay, because I was going to say you look beautiful, but I don't want to accidentally love bomb people. But at the same time, you're not really love bombing them because it's anonymous, so they don't even know who you are or where it's coming from. But it don't have to be like in that sense. But if it is, just make sure it doesn't give like something that can cause a type of love bomb energy. But your manifestations and prayers are being answered. Confirmation. Elders or senior citizens can be significant. The month of July could be significant. Any more messages for the collective? Yeah, betrayal. These people you most definitely experience betrayal with, or there's some type of betrayal that happened in the past, present, or be mindful of the future. Maybe this could be something that you've done. All right, we got topic of discussion coming out with long term. You could have been the topic of discussion for a long, long time. Okay. Maybe this was a long-term connection as well. These cards don't have to go out hand in hand, but they did come out together. All right, maybe this person could be, you could be the topic of discussion. Once again, this could be past, present, future, friends, family, lovers. All right, this could be Aries or Taurus energy or fiery earth energy. And I do mean that separately, like fiery energy or earth-like energy, calm, grounded, like type of individuals. July is significant. Yeah, somebody who you could have had a bad date with, or bad dates are just significant. Once again, past, present, future energy. Even people who you haven't met yet could be significant, so just take it how it resonates. Leave what doesn't for the other individual. July is significant, or Cancer and Leo energy. Water, fire energy. All right. I've been here before with others. So yeah, pay attention to the red flags. Some of y'all, you dating the same people just in different bodies. You know, you deserve better. You deserve more. All right. Some of y'all, people be just around here jealous of you. All right. But you are divinely protected and guided. So trust in your intuition and allow your spiritual team to also, because they are intervening in your life. Allow them to. All right. Surrender. Go with the flow. Work on yourself. Do great things for yourself. Country music could be significant. All right. On the back, it says stick together. Remember, that was the energy of not fighting fire with fire. You don't have to tear people down and everything like that. I'm not saying reconcile and get back into a connection and all this other. No, set boundaries. But, you know, just stick together. I don't know. Maybe this can resonate in the future if it's not giving past or present. But just take it how it resonates. I can't let go of you. Okay? That's how somebody feels. Maybe they said this. Maybe you said this. Maybe that's how you feel. And then we have the poser. So it's funny because this can even be connected to one another. And the poser could just be somebody like impersonator is what I really got. So they can either fake fuck with you, excuse my language, they fake fuck with you, or they're fake happy, right? So this person, maybe this is your energy, coming up as, oh, I can't let go of you, and somebody that's pretending to be happy. Or a person that can't let go of you, but they don't even really rock with you like that for real. Okay? Now look, the energy vampire came out again. And then look, it came out with it's hard to stay mad as you listening. See? Fake, fake, fake. 4-4 is significant. We got complete here. It could even be people, when you come into their energy, it almost seems like you getting some of their karma or bad luck. All right? But we got complete here, and then double back. Be mindful when something has already ended, nipped in the bud, you're moving forward, and then you try to double back. Okay? Just keep moving forward. Damn. All right? Yeah, because the temptation is tempting, right? It's tempting, but you gotta put you first. I gotta put me first, Lucius. All right? Texas, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin could be very significant locations or states. All right, and then I'm seeing overstood. They heard you the first time, okay? They got it. Some of y'all need to connect with people who don't misunderstand you. And it's, sometimes it happens, right? But sometimes you have people who are bound to just misunderstand you. Or whatever the case may be. On the back, it says persecute, which usually ties to harass, annoy, or subject someone to ill treatment or hostility due to race, sex, and more. Persecute. And I don't know why I was thinking of like the DA office and people get persecuted or go to jail or something. Look, you are right. Whatever this is, you are right about something. And then it says back and forth. The song that's significant is by Storm Ford. It's called Trying. Yeah. Y'all be trying, but look. We got detached. And then we got finance. The color blue, red, pink, orange, and green. All of your chakras are significant. Racist and or prejudiced people or experiences. Whether it was in the past, now, or in the future, okay? This can even be by your own lovers, etc. It's just giving homophobic energy as well. It says, I don't trust you. Maybe this could have been something you told someone. Maybe this is how you feel, or maybe vice versa. All right, rare. I'm keep getting that rare energy, period. All right, it says has not happened yet. So something that I said has not happened yet, okay? I prayed for you. I'm telling you, some people be praying for y'all, manifesting y'all. There's a lot of times while you be thinking about a person, dreaming about a person, and all this other stuff. They be really in your energy, heavy, trying to manifest you back in your life. And yeah, manifest you back in their life. They go that support yourself or others energy. You may be feeling trapped. We got bimbo. This usually signifies an attractive but unintelligent individual. All right, and then I'm seeing on the back power couple. So this is most definitely two separate energies. It's giving this past connection or a connection that you were dealing with, or maybe some of y'all haven't come into that union yet. And then it's giving this other one that's more like power couple energy, which basically means you guys are successful on your own and y'all just came together. Like individually, y'all were successful. You coming together, both of y'all successful, and y'all know it's giving power couple. It's giving, goals, right? So just remember, we choose who we love. Sometimes we think, oh, this person was meant for me. Oh, these tarot readers are calling them my twin flame. They're my soulmate. I'm telling you, any beliefs that restrict you and plant fear or whatever the case may be, you may want to limit the intake. Okay, projections are very real, and things being embedded in your subconscious as well. So learning how to deprogram to reprogram, because some of y'all, since you were 4 years old, you still got some information going on in that brain. Okay? So be mindful. Marriage. The song that's coming on is by Mahalia. It's called Testing. It's called, this public display. Public display. That can even be looked at in a metaphorical way. On the back, it says in the public eye. So this can just be what this energy signifies as well. All right, last few cards. We got June, and then something is going down or something's going up. If it's up, then it's stuck. All right, online dating could be significant. I'm not encouraging you to do that, okay? But it's just significant. And I think it was trying to come out with doppelganger. It doesn't have to be. It says looks the same but not twins. Okay? And usually doppelgangers look exactly the same. And then we got true colors. People be trying to steal your energy, copy your energy, okay? But when you see true, when people show their, a lot of people have shown their true colors to you. I'm gonna need you to believe it, okay? I don't know if you DV individual or dealing with people who are toxic and they have addictions, they're obsessed with your energy, codependent, whatever. Be mindful. True colors. Are they genuine? Did they reciprocate the energy? You gotta keep that in mind. You gotta pay attention. All right? Somebody just won't let go. All right? Maybe it's this jealous person. All right? Beggars. And then insensitive. Some insensitive beggars. All right? Someone is trying to get you locked up. Damn. Somebody trying to send you to jail? Maybe this was y'all. All right? Be mindful. It says new perspectives and or ideas are incoming. All right? Focus on you. Confirmation. All right, this is going to be our last card. On the back, we got laugh more. Focusing on you can tie to your hygiene, your mental health, your spirituality, your emotions, just overall focus on you. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to Miss Queen for all the shares and the double tapping. I constantly seen her name popping up. Showing recognition to any and everybody who contributed to the live, for sure. I appreciate that. Don't forget to give me a follow or you may never see my face again. If you guys are wanting to get on the list, please let me know. All right, I'm still gonna have to end the live, but I could probably just transition to, well, this phone is also about to get ready to die as well. It's on like 17, but it's fine. You can still send in your payment in the link in my bio and I will get started on your reading today. I do same day readings. Whenever you send in your payment, it's the same day that I do it and send it to you. Okay, so if you want to get on the list, please let me know. If I end the live by the time you decide you want to get on the list, you can just send me a DM. All right, I return the collective's energy back to them and I release my energy back to me with the same energy that I've given out. Sending love, light, and all things grand. Stay safe and dangerous, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your lifetime.